Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. How far did you get on with your Nakis Gurdans?
Just the not the Sarsages, the ones that are small, like the
Shal Kabir.
yeah.
Go on, let me hear you then.
G?
Let me hear you then. Qawiya.
Kawiya.
Is it Qawiya or the page before?
No, there's not.
Da'a. Is it Da'a?
Da'a, da'awa, da'aw, da'at, da'ata, da'awna, da'awta, da'awtama, da'awtum, da'awti, da'awtama, da'awtunna, da'awtu, da'awna.
All right, look at this second one here. Da'awa. Yeah? Da'awa. You know the tasniya sigha.
Okay.
So you've got a waw in the lam kalima. Yeah. Ma qabal is a fatha, is mutaharrik. Yeah. So you'd normally change the waw or the ya into a lif, right?
Yeah.
Into a ya, sorry. Yeah. It becomes da'aya, right?
Yeah.
And then the ya, ma qabal maftu becomes a alif. So it becomes da'a. What would it become?
Da'a.
And then ijtima sakini, you drop the alif, right?
G.
So what would it become? Da'a.
Da'a.
That doesn't happen in the tasniya.
Okay.
Because look, if you did that, the first sigha and the second sigha will be actually the same. Da'a.
Yeah, well, the same, yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
And needless to say, obviously, as well, that in the tasniya, etc., the waw ya comes back, doesn't it? But the waw has come back here, but it stays here. Okay? Assalamu alaikum, Zani, okay?
Walaikum salam, yeah.
Did you do 188, 189, Rama?
Say that again?
You memorize the Gardans, Da'a, Rama, Radiya?
I did, but I didn't finish all of it. I still need just a little bit more time. Maybe today I'll get it all finished.
All right, please, yeah. Go on, Sarakari, and then Rama.
Okay. Rama, Ramaya, Ramo, Ramat, Ramata, Ramona, Ramota, Ramatuma.
Ramayna.
Not remote, yeah. Ramaina, Ramaituma, Ramaituma, Ramaitum, Ramaiti, Ramaituma, Ramaituna, Ramaitu, Ramaina.
Yeah. The difference here is
the ya is
that is a da'wa. This is a Ramaya originally, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Carry on.
Okay.
Radia.
Radia, Radu. Radina, Raditun, Radita, Radituma, Raditum, Raditi, Radituma, Radituna, Radito, Radina.
Yeah, good. Go on, Rumia.
Rumia, Rumiyat, Rumiyata, Rumina, Rumita, Rumituma, Rumitum, Rumituma, Rumituna, Rumina.
Very good. Yad'u.
Yad'u, Yad'uani, Yad'una, Tad'u, Tad'uani, Yad'una, Tad'u, Tad'uani, Tad'uani, Tad'una, Tad'ina, Tad'uani, Tad'una, Ad'unatu.
Very good. Yud'a.
Yud'ani. No.
Yud'ayani.
Yeah. Yud'ayani, Yud'ona, Tud'ayani, Yud'ona.
See, look over here again. Look, in the second is Yud'ayani. What is it?
Yud'ayani.
So you got a ya in the lam kalima maqab maftu. You change it to what? Alif into a ya in the lam kalima. Yeah. And there's no dhamma here, is there? Maqabal.
No.
Meaning there's no rule of applying here, is there?
No.
No, so it stays as yada ayani. Carry on.
Okay.
Lam yad'u.
Okay. Lam yad'u, lam yad'u, lam yad'u, lam yad'u, lam yad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam yad'u.
Lam yad'una.
Lam yad'una, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'u.
Lam tad'u, lam tad'uwa.
Oh, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'u, lam tad'i, lam tad'u, lam tad'una, lam ad'una, lam nad'u.
All right. Ud'u.
ud'u udwa ud'u ud'i udwa ud'una.
Yeah, and بنون تأكيد ثقيلة.
Ud'uwanna.
Good.
Ud'uwanna ud'uwani ud'unna ud'inna ud'uwani ud'unani.
Yeah, good. داع
Da'in da'iyani da'una da'iyatun da'iyatan da'iyatun.
مدعو.
Mad'uwun mad'uwani mad'uwuna mad'uwatun mad'uwatani mad'uwatun.
Yeah, very good. Did you do kawiya kawu?
No.
Okay, these ones please, okay, as soon as possible. So if you spend today on it, and so let's break it down then. I'll make
Yeah,
it
with the kawiya, they're the lafif ones.
ones. So let's break it down then. So for tomorrow, make sure you've done kawiya. You've done page 193, 194,
Yeah.
195, 195, and 196. They're easy. These are all easy.
Okay.
Yeah, because look, why these easy? Because you've already done these. You've done da'a, you've done rama, and you've done these ones. Okay. So the new one you're only learning is waqaya ki bikayatan.
Okay.
So do up to 196 tomorrow. And the day after, I'll give you 197, 198, 199, and 201. But if you've done past 196 today, just go ahead. Go to tawayatwi and ra'ayara. Because we should get this done in 1 or 2 days, inshallah. Okay, go to page 201 then. Go on then. Let's have you tell me the sigha of ihdina.
Ihtina is a wahid muzakkar hazir fil amr hazir maruf.
Yes, wahid muzakkar hazir fil amr hazir maruf. Tell me the ta'aleel that's happened here.
So the weak letter from the lam kalima.
What would it originally have looked like? Sorry.
Ihdi.
Very good. Ihdi. What would it look like?
Ihdi.
And this is not ihdi like the wahid mu'annas, is it?
No.
No, that's not ya al-mukhataba. That's ya from the huruf asliya, yeah?
Lam kalima, yeah.
Right. So go on, what happened to ihdi?
The weak letter fell off.
Harf illat drops in amar, is that clear?
Ji.
In the ain of the lam. Very good. So can you tell me the full, give me the mukhatab all of it. Ihdi.
Sorry.
So give me the full 6.
Oh, ihdi, ihdiya, ihdu, ihdi again.
Yeah, good.
Ihdi, ihdiya, ihdina.
Yes. Ihdi, ihdiya. So in ihdiya, what happens in ihdiya?
The lam kalima comes back.
No, it doesn't come back.
Ihdiya.
Sorry, yes, the lam kalima does come back. My apologies. Yes. But the ya al-mukhataba is gone now. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So it's ihdiya, and then
Ihdina.
Ihdina. Very good, yes. Ihdi, ihdiya, and what was it? Ihdu, you said?
Yeah, I said ihdu.
So what happens to ihdu? What was it originally?
Ihdiyu.
Very good. Ihdiyu. Ihdi, ihdiya, ihdina. Very good.
Yeah.
ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. متقين. صيغة please. Then. You there, Zen? Zen, you there? Go on, Sarah.
Jama mudhakkar ismul fa'il.
Jam muzakkar ismul fa'il. What would the wahid of this be?
Muttakun. Oh no, muttakiyun. Muttakiyun.
After ta'leel. Originally, what would it be? After ta'leel.
Muttakiyun.
No, muttaqin.
Oh yeah, sorry, the lam.
And with the lif lam, al-muttaqi. Is that clear?
Okay.
So you said al-muttaqi, that's fine. But if you're going to say without alif lam, it will be muttaqin. Would it be?
Okay.
Right. So muttaqin, okay, or al-muttaqi, al-muttaqiyani, al-muttaqi, al-muttaqiyuna becomes what?
Muttaqina.
Al-muttaquna
in
muttaquna. What is it?
Muttaquna.
So it becomes al-muttaqiyuna. What does it become?
Yeah, muttaqiyuna.
And then al-muttaqiyuna becomes what? Al-muttaquna.
متقون.
But then in halatul jar it becomes al-mutta.
التجار متقين.
So what does it become now? Al-muttaqiyina. What was it originally?
Okay. متقين.
Yes. So what's the rule?
From متقين.
Al-muttaqiyina, yeah?
Just that the ya drops because
So al-muttaqiyina. The rule is when
ya
a ya is maksur in the lam and the ma qabl is also maksur, the vowel is dropped. Okay?
yeah.
So it becomes al-muttaqiyina. 2 yas, yeah?
G.
But this is provided that there is a ya after it.
Oh,
that clear?
is it not just exclusively ya mukhataba? Because that's what I've got. That if there's a ya mukhataba after. It's not exclusively ya mukhataba, any ya.
See, in this circumstance over here,
G.
with that rule, you can leave it open. So you want to go back and change that, you can change it. Because look at this example here.
Yeah,
This is not
yeah.
ya al-mukhataba anymore, is it?
Yeah, that's why I didn't
Yeah,
think of
this
that
is why
rule.
Pizasab left it open, okay?
Right. Okay.
So that's fine. You can leave that as open, provided the ya after it. So al-muttaqiyina. So what will happen to al-muttaqiyina? It'll become muttaqina. Now the ijtima sakinain, isn't there? Yes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The ya drops. It becomes al-muttaqina. You understood this?
Yep.
So you can leave that rule open there. You can write it as provided that there is a ya after it. Okay. Alam tara. Zaina, you there? Go on, Sarah. Lam tara.
واحد واحد مذكر حاضر في المضارع مجزوم.
Why muzakkar hazif fil mudari majzoom? What was this originally before
ألم
ta'leel?
ترى يا
Alam
ألم تري
alam tara
ألم ترى. Okay.
with the alif at the end.
Is that
Okay.
because the ya sakin turns into an alif?
Yeah. So
So,
well, this word Sarah is
Saraya?
from ra'a. Yes.
Oh,
What's it
okay.
from?
Ra'a.
Ra'a yara. So when you're gonna do your gardan, you would
Yeah,
respect
that's
the sigha a
later
lot
on.
more easily. Yeah.
Down. Yeah.
So this gardan is from ra'a yara. What is it?
Ra'a yara.
So in ra'a yara, the sigha is ra'a ya ra'a. Yes, fataha yaftahu. This word would have been ra'aya. Yes,
Yep.
ra'aya yar'ayu. That's what it would have been.
Okay.
Ra'aya yar'ayu. Balki it's a good idea we do this ta'leel here now. So what happens to yar'ayu? You got mahmud and ta'leel in there, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, what happens to yar'ayu? Yar'ayu. Have a think about it.
I think
You got mahmuz in there, right?
Yeah, the mahmuzi mutaharrik comes on
and you've got what in there? Ta'leel in there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you think happens?
I think first maybe the mutaharrik comes on maqabl is sahih sakin. Then
Remember, if takhfif gets together with i'lal and idgham, then i'lal and idgham are preferred, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And if i'lal gets together with idgham and if idgham will be preferred, right?
G, okay.
Over these three, yes. And if i'lal gets together with idgham, then i'lal will be preferred, right?
G.
So over here, the word is yar'ayu originally. What is it?
Yar'ayu.
Yar'ayu, yeah. So any guesses about what's happening here?
Maybe the say sakin. So the ra, which is sakin, the haraka of the maba'ad gets put on it.
Yeah. Well, have a look at this.
yara, and then the ya gets omitted.
What happened? Sorry, say that again.
Ya gets omitted because it's majzoom now. So is the hamza's haraka gets put onto the ra, which is sahih sakin, the markable, and then that's
Why does the hamza's haraka go to the markable?
because sahih sakin, the markable.
So which rule is this?
I can't remember which number, but it's mahmuz. And actually, yeah, you said that the ta'leel has
All
preference.
right, I want you to go back and have a think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to go back and have a think about that. Go back, check your rules, and then come back and tell me that siga.
For lam tara.
Yeah, for lam tara. So ra'a. So what you're gonna do is remember, look, go back and look at your bayanul lafif. Is that clear?
Okay.
So remember, the rules of misal apply in the fa kalima, the rules of nakis apply in the lam kalima, and there's the rules of ajwaf do not apply in the ain of it. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when takhfif gets together with i'lal and idgham, then idgham is preferred. And if idgham and the alil get together, then ta'lil is preferred. Okay, so looking at all of that, right, keeping all of them usul in your mind, then looking at the rules of misal and mahmuz and nakis, tell me what happened to ra'ayara. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
One second. Okay. Look at the next one, please. Waqina adhab an-nar. So what is sigha waqina?
I think it's a wahid muzakkar hazif bil amr hada ma'ruf.
Yeah, so the word is qina. What's the sigha?
Qina.
Qina, okay? So what would this word originally have been?
I thought it was just the ki and then na is the maf'ul bihi.
Apologies. You're right. It's ki. Yes. The na is a maf'ul bihi. Damir mansub muttasil. Okay. So sigha is ki. So what did you say again? Why muzakkar hazir fil amr maruf?
Hazir fil amr hada
Okay.
ma'ruf.
What bab would that be?
Waqiya.
Waqayaki. So again, it's another gardan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's bab darabi. Waqaya.
Yeah. Waqaya yakiyu.
Yawqiyu. What did it mean?
Yokiyu.
Yawqiyu. Become, and then what happens to yawqiyu?
The wow is, what is that?
So again, in yawqiyu, is it a lafif word?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow. And the wow kalima is a lafif mafrook, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yawqiyu,
yeah.
So in yawqiyu, what happens? In yawqiyu is the first rule of mithal. What was the first rule in mithal? Remember I told you that rule?
Yeah.
The first rule, when there's a wow remember in your book says in your book says yaf'alu, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But remember the rule how I explained to you? How's the rule how I explained to you?
That if there's a alamatul mudari that is maftu and the ain kalima is maksur.
Yes. Then what do?
Then you drop the wow of the fa kalima.
If you have a sigha where you have a wow in the
fa kalima and the
ma qabl is maftu,
yeah,
the ma ba'd is also maftu. That was a sigha.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Maksur, the ain kalima.
The ma ba'd is maksur. What's the rule?
Yeah, the ma ba'd is maksur.
Yeah. So what do you do in that situation?
You drop the wow compulsorily.
Yes. So you have an alamat mudari maftuh, and there's a kasra which is in the ain kaliman is lazmi kasra, yeah?
Yeah.
What do? You drop the wow. Is that clear? Wujuban.
Yeah.
So it becomes, so far becomes yaqiyu. What does it become?
Yaqiyu.
And what is the other rule? Now with the lam kalima, you got a
madmoom, ma qabl is maksur, and there's no a wow of jama after it, then you can drop the haraka.
You drop the haraka, it becomes yaqi. Understood
Yaqi.
this?
Yeah.
Yaqi. So now if you go to the siga taqi, which is mudare,
Yeah.
make amara of it, what does it become?
Ki, because it doesn't need a.
Well done, okay?
Yeah.
Qi. Now give me the 6 sigas.
Ki, kiya, kiyu, or ku.
Ku.
Yeah, ku. Ki,
What happens to
kiya.
qiyu? What happens to qiyu? There's a in qiyu. Tell me the rule.
For kiyu, the jama. Yes, so basically there's a ya madmum, and then the ma qabl is maksur, but there's a waw jama after it, so then the ya drops.
The ya drops, are you sure? What do?
Oh.
You transfer the haraka to the maqabal.
Okay, you drop. Yeah, you transfer the haraka.
So remember, what rule number was this?
It's the 2A.
Yeah, 2A, exactly. So let me show you that rule. Let me read that rule to you. So the rule is yeah. The rule is when in the lam kalima you got a ya madmum, right?
Yeah.
Right? Qiyu, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
qiyu.
ma qabl is a maksur.
Yeah, ma qabl.
After it, there's a waw al jama'ah. So far, you said that right. So the rule is the harakat is transferred to the ma qabl. So it becomes qi, right? The ijtima sakinain. You do drop the ya. It becomes ku. Understood that? Qi, qiya, ku. Is that clear?
G.
Carry on. Qi as in T with no ya.
Yeah,
Qi, qiya, ku.
Ki, kiya, ku, ki, kiya, kina.
Kina. Very good, mashallah. You got the idea, alhamdulillah. You understood Nakis. That's the point. Alhamdulillah. Some people don't get it the first time, so that's good, alhamdulillah. You understood it. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ موؤودة.
موؤودة واحد مؤنث اسم المفعول.
Okay, good. While mu'annas ism maf'ul. What's happening in موؤودة?
موؤودة is let's see.
What's the huruf asliya?
Meme. Wow, no, meme, dal, and yeah, I think.
No, موؤودة. موؤودة. What's the huruf asliya?
Oh, meme.
It's on the scale of مفعولة.
مفعولة. Yeah, meme hamza. Oh. Oh yeah. Wow hamza dal.
Wow hamza dal. What's the huruf asliya? Wa'ada. What's the huruf asliya?
Wa'ada.
This is not like wa'ada, meaning with ayn. This is with the hamza, right?
Yeah.
وَأَدَى وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. This is about the infant girl, the infant child, right? وَأَدَى. So وَأَدَى, yes, is a which sigha?
وَأَدَى is
Lafif.
Oh.
This is a lafif word. What is it?
Yeah,
no, it's not lafif word. My apologies. It's from the abwab makhluta.
Abwab makhluta. Okay.
It's a bab makhlut. What is it?
Bab makhlut. Yeah,
because there's a waw, harf illat, and there's a hamza in the word. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So the word wa'ada, what would happen over here? You would, in ism maf'ul, maw'uda. There's no rule is there here?
No.
Is any ta'leel happening here that you need to apply?
No, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed, okay?
Yeah.
Exactly. But in a sigha where there's a hamza and if there's a sigha where there's a mahmuz and a ta'leel, which one gets preference?
Sorry, between what?
Between mahmuz and ta'leel.
Ta'leel.
Ta'leel. Well done, okay, good. So this is why this word would be wa'ada ya'idu. What would it become?
Wa'ada ya'idu.
Ya'idu. Understood this?
Yep.
So the misal applies in the fa kalima. Understood that?
Yep.
Okay. The next one is وَالَّذِينَ آوَوْا وَنَصَرُوا أُولَئِكَ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. آوَوا.
جمع مذكر غائب في الماضي معروف.
آوَوا. Is you're saying Jama Muzakkar Ghaib fil Madi Maruf? That is correct, okay? What's happening here? What's the siga?
I think it's awa, yeah.
What
Oh,
would the siga?
awawa, maybe.
Wow. What does tell you?
Oh, yeah, actually, there's two Hamzas. Hamza, wow. Because it's got the Kari alif, you know.
Yeah, tell me what you're sure about.
I think it's the first two letters are Hamza and then the Lam Kalima is wow.
So which one did you say again? The first, there's two Hamzas and a wow.
Yeah.
So what would this be then? What would it look like? Awa.
Yeah, awa.
Awa. So awa originally was aawa.
Awa, yeah.
So aawa. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, it's Mazid, so maybe we can have four letters. Maybe it's Hamza, wow, wow. Because there's Kari alif on both of them. The original, the Wahid Muzakkar Ghaib Siga of the Madi Maruf is awa.
Again, go back and have a think about it and tell me the siga, okay? If I tell you this, then you know it, right?
Okay.
So I want you to go back and think of the siga yourself and give me an answer, exact answer, exactly what the ta'leel is, okay?
Okay. Could I get the Fa'il Lam Kalima as well? Because looking back at the Sarf Sagir, I can't really tell.
You should be able to work it out.
Okay.
You should be able to work it out.
Oh, the first alif is a part of the bab.
The first alif is a part of the bab, yeah.
Okay.
The second one is the waw of jama. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lil musallina. Easy siga.
Jama Muzakkar Ismul Fa'il.
Ismul fa'il. This word was originally what?
Musalliyuna.
Yeah, and then in majroor it becomes musalli.
Musallihina.
Yeah, and then the rule number 4 applies, yeah?
Yeah.
Sahun.
Sahun is Jama Muzakkar Ismul Fa'il, but I don't know what this is.
What do you mean?
Don't know what rule this would apply or anything.
Yeah, so this, if you're saying this is wild muzakkar ism fa'il, right?
Yeah.
So the word would have been what? Sahuna would originally have been Sahewuna. What was it originally? Sahewuna.
Sahewuna, okay.
The wow, the word originally is Sahawa. What is it?
Okay, Sahawa.
So now tell me the rule. Sahewuna. What happens to Sahewuna?
Sahewuna, the wow is madmoom, the makabal is maksur, and there's a...
No, makabal is madmoom here. It's rule number 5, I think.
Sahewuna.
Rule number 5, I think. You go back to rule number 5.
If it's Sahewuna, then...
Not rule number 5, sorry. It's rule number... it was
4.
Rule number... Yeah, is rule number 4. So when a wow is madmoom, yep. No.
No, that's wow maksur lam kalam.
Yeah, this is waw maksur. Let me see which rule it is. 1 minute.
But Sahewuna is the wow is madmoom, the makabal is maksur. Sahewuna.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sahewuna. My apologies. You're right. Sahewuna. The wow in the lam kalima is madmoom. You're right.
Yeah. And the makabal is maksur, so...
Yeah, makabal is maksur.
And then there's a wow jama after it, so we transfer the haraka and drop the wow.
Drop the wow, it becomes sahuna. What rule number is that? That's rule number 4.
No, 2. Because it's the ya madmoom and wow madmoom lam kalima. That's number 2.
Let me check that 1 second. This rule is rule number. Sarah, I can't see which rule you're saying it's from.
Number 2. So
Rule.
waw or ya madmoom in lam kalima ma qabl maksoor. If there's a waw with jama after it, then transfer the haraka and drop
Are
the
you saying the wow? Are you saying the rule from the book?
No, not from the book. It's from our notes,
So,
which you told us.
so rule number 2. So I have as rule number 2, and you have a wow in the lam kalima in the third place. No, that's not rule number 2.
No,
When in the
that's
in the
number 6 in the third place.
yes. In the lam kalima you have a wow or a ya madmum.
Yeah, waw or ya
It's not just a wow, it's a ya as well. And the ma qabl is also madmum or maksur.
That I've got that as a part B of that.
Is that part B?
2B.
Yeah, I broke it down to 2 parts.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Yeah, I did. So you tell me what was rule number 2 then?
Number 2A was
Right
ya.
as 2A. Right as 2A, yeah?
Yeah, ya or waw madmoom in lam kalima ma qabl maksoor. If there's a waw with jama after it, then transfer the haraka to the ma qabl and drop the waw or the ya. And we've got an example for that one, which is radewu into radu.
Yeah, radewu into radu.
And then the next part of that is the madmoom or maksoor, ma qabl.
What's that one? What's that rule?
Is waw or ya madmoom in lam kalima. The ma qabl is madmoom or maksoor, then drop the haraka of the waw or the ya. And then if there's provided there's no waw of jama or ya mukhataba after. And for the example, I've got yarmiyu into yarmi.
Yeah.
And then number 4 is if there is a waw of jama after it, when the ma qabl is madmoom maksoor, then drop the waw completely.
So in the lam kalima, when you have a waw or a ya madmum, and the ma qabl is also madmum, yeah?
Madmoom or maksoor.
Or maksur.
Yeah.
Then so the example, I'm giving you an example now, yeah? The example is yad'u.
Yeah, that's the one we've got for number 4. As in, if there's waw of jama after.
No, go back to 2A again. 2A again.
Yeah.
Read the rule to me.
If there's a ya or waw madmoom in lam kalima ma qabl and maksoor, then if there is a waw of jama after it, then transfer the haraka to the ma qabl and drop the waw or ya. Radiwu into radu.
Right. I think I'm looking at the wrong rule then. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong rule.
It's the one you gave us straight after number 1. So number 1 we kept the same in the book, which was for the waw and ya in lam kalima after a kasra or after a dhamma.
Yeah. I'm a little bit confused. If you just bear with me. Okay, I think what we need to do is we need to just go through the rules. The reason is because I rewrote them for you.
Yeah.
Forgetting what I rewrote, but I'm forgetting the order I rewrote them in. So go to rule 2B then. What's rule 2B?
2B is waw or ya madmoom in lam kalima ma qabl is madmoom or maksoor. Then if there is no waw of jama after, then drop the haraka of the waw and ya. So
Yes.
yarmiyu into yarmi.
Yes, well done. Okay, yarmi you to yarmi, and even yad'u into yad'u.
Yeah, that's the next point you gave us. You told us to split it up. So you said the next point would be if there's a waw of jama after it, then drop the waw completely.
No, yad'u. There's no waw jama here.
Okay.
It becomes yad'u, right?
You just drop the haraka. Yeah.
That's rule number 2B.
That's 2B. Yeah.
Right. And the rule number 2B was when there was a waw after it, yeah?
Yeah. And then so 3 was. Yeah.
The example would be. What was the example for 2A? Yad'uuna.
No, radiwu into radu. That was 2A.
Or even yad'uuna can work, right?
Yeah.
Right, because that's an example where in the lam kalima there is a waw madmum. The ma qabl.
Yad'uuna, I've got that as the last example. That's why I just didn't put it for the first.
Right.
For so the waw of jama.
Yeah, so 2A is saying there's in the lam kalima you have a waw madmum. Yeah. And you have a waw madmum. Yeah, so you have a waw madmum. No. The rule is yad'uuna, right? You have a waw madmum in the lam kalima. Yes.
Wow madmoom in lam kalima, the ma qabl is madmoom. So that's
Ma qabl is madmoom. Then what do
yeah.
you do? You
Then
drop the
drop the wow completely if there's a wow jama after it. That's rule number 3 after the 2a and 2b.
meaning no, you drop the haraka. What do you do?
Drop the haraka.
Then because of waw ijtima sakinin, you drop the waw.
Okay.
Is that how you wrote it?
No, I've got drop the wow completely.
No. So in the lam kalima, when you have a waw madmoom, yeah,
Yep.
and after it, meaning you have a waw madmoom in the lam kalima, and the ma qabl is also madmoom. What is the ma qabl?
Ma qabl is madmoom. But then it depends if there's waw jama after it or not. So then it changes the rule. It splits up again.
Yeah. So the rule was if you in the lam kalima, if you have a waw madmoom, ma qabl is also madmoom. Ma ba'd is a waw al jam'a. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do? You drop the haraka. What do?
Drop haraka.
And now because of ijtima sakinin, what do? You drop the waw completely. It becomes yad'una. What does it become?
Yad'una.
So that's 2b. What is it?
2b.
So 2a is yad'u becomes yad'u. Yarmiyu becomes yarmi. Okay. 2b is yad'una becomes yad'una. Is that clear?
Okay.
Right. Now go to what else is there after that?
Waw maksoor in lam kalima.
Is this rule number 3?
No, I've got it as 4.
Have you not got rule 3 at all?
Yeah, the rule 3 was if there's a waw jama after it, then drop the waw completely because you split it into three rules instead of the 2.
Yeah.
I think when you were changing the rules for us, you told us that it would be 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and then the rules after it would start from 5. But I've got it differently in my book. I split it up into A and B. But when you were giving us the rules, it was just you gave us 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so what's rule number 4 then?
In my book, it's in my notes is waw maksoor in lam kalima ma qabl is madmoom.
Okay, you've got a waw maksoor.
In lam kalima and the ma qabl is madmoom.
The ma qabl is madmoom.
Yeah. And after it, there's a
ya mukhataba.
Yeah, then you transfer the waw's haraka to the ma qabl and you drop the waw because of ijtima sakinin.
Yeah, tad'uwina. That's the same as rule number 4 in your book.
Yeah, that's why I put it as number 4 in my notes.
Yes, it's 4 in your book is the same as 4 as the rules I give you. And rule number 5 is going to be the same as well.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Tarmiyina becomes tarmina. So it's just rule number 2 and rule number 3, which I'm just having a look at over here.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, right, if I explain this again now, from my understanding, the rule is like this, yeah. You've got one. You've got. So tell me where this rule is, yeah. In the lam kalima, you have a ya madmoom. The ma qabl is maksoor. After it, there's a waw of jama. You transfer the haraka to the ma qabl, and because of ijtima sakin, you drop the ya. So kha, shi, you, or ra, mi, you becomes ramu. Rumu. Ra, mi, you becomes rumu. Have you got this rule? Or yarmiyuna becomes yarmuna.
Yeah.
What rule did you put that as?
I've got that as number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
A or B or which one?
No, I've just got it as 2, and then I've split the number 3 up to 3A.
Okay, so rule number 2 is this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good, right? That's good. Alhamdulillah. Rule number 2, you got like that. That's good, right? Rule number 3 is the one that's split up, yeah?
Yeah, number 3 I
Right.
split up.
Rule number 3 is like this, Sarah. Let me explain the rule number 3 again. Rule number 3 is in the lam kalima, if you have a waw or a ya which is madmum, yeah?
Yeah,
The ma qabl is madmum or maksur, yes?
yeah,
You will drop the haraka with the condition that after there's a waw jama.
G.
Meaning with the condition that after there's no waw jama, sorry.
There's no
Yes?
wow of Jama, yeah.
So yad'uhu becomes yad'u, yarmiyu becomes yarmi. Yes?
G. Then
The
3.
next rule is this. The next rule is this. In the lam kalima, if you have a waw madmum, yes?
Yep.
And after it, there's a waw of jama'. What is that?
After it's a wow of Jama, yeah.
Right. Then what will you do? You will drop the haraka of the weak letter. Is that clear?
Yep.
In case of ijtima sakinain, what happens? The waw will also
Wow.
drop.
Yeah.
Have you understood this?
Yeah, that's why I've got it as 2 and then 3A and 3B because they're the same markable.
Yeah.
The
Alhamdulillah.
madmum maksur.
Yeah. So that's the rule basically. Balke, even if you look in your book, yeah, that's fine. So now yad'u examples done, yad'una examples done, and your yarmiyu and yarmi examples done as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else is done? Your rudu or radu or your rumu examples done as well, which was in rule number 2.
Yeah.
You get the idea?
Yep.
Right. Alhamdulillah. That's fine. That's clear now. Alhamdulillah. So if we go back to sahewuna, first of all, Sarah becomes what? When you got a waw in the lam kalima ma qabl maksur, what happens to that?
Sahibuna, wow madmum, the markable is maksur, and then there's a wow of Jama after it, so you drop the haraka.
No, Sarah, first the rule is, yeah, what were you going to say? Let me hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Wow.
drop the haraka of the wow, and then you drop it.
Which rule number are you applying this on?
3B.
3B. So what's 3B? Read 3B to me.
Wow or ya madmum in lam kalima. Markable is madmum or maksur, so in this case maksur because sahibuna. And then if there's a wow of Jama after it, which there is, sahibuna. The
Right.
yeah,
So
and then
you got a
drop the
wawara ya sahibuna, a wawara ya, which is sahibuna, which is madmum.
yeah, markable is maksur,
Which
and
is
then
a
there's
waw
a waw
madmum, right?
jama. There's a waw of Jama after it, so I'm dropping the haraka of the waw, which is the harf asli, and then I drop the waw completely because of ijtima sakinin with the waw of Jama.
Yeah. So what would that become then, Sarah?
Sahuna. Oh no, actually we didn't
Doesn't
transfer the
become.
haraka yet. Yeah.
Yes. Do you understand that?
But then there's another rule later, and it says that if there's a waw in the lam kalima. Actually, no, that's
What are
not
you
a
saying,
rule.
Sami?
That's not a rule. Never mind.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it was.
So the word is sahewuna. What's the word?
Sahibuna.
Sahewuna, yeah?
Yep.
Right. Let's have a look up to sahewuna. In sahewuna, yes, sahewuna, in the lam kalima you have a waw madmum. Yes?
Yep.
And after you have a waw of jama, right?
Yeah. Maybe the Wahid Siga gets that lead taking place, and then it gets it goes up the Gardan like that.
Yeah. No.
Because
In the
Sahib
words, in the word sahewuna, it's interesting point that actually.
won't
word-
like yeah. If
In the
it's
words, yeah, go on.
if it's a Wahid Siga, then the haraka would get changed. I mean, transferred to the markable because there's no Wah of Jama after it, and then maybe it goes up the Gardan after the ta'leel has taken place.
So the word is yeah, you gotta remember something, right? The word over here is
Sahibun.
sahewuna, yeah?
Yeah.
Sahewuna. Yep. Now let me tell you what happens over here. The rule is, Sarah, Yeah, that's the rule. Okay. Hmm. See, yeah. Okay. Should we try something? What we'll try is this, yeah. What we'll try is this, because the rule is applying. Okay, the rule is applying. You know where how the rule is applying. The rule is applying like this. If you look at rule number 2 of your book, you got a wow in the lam kalima. You got a weak letter which is madmoom. Yeah. The ma qabal is maksur. What's the ma qabal?
Maksur.
And after it, there's a waw of jama. You transfer the haraka to the ma qabal. Yes.
Yeah.
You transfer the haraka to the
Makaba.
ma qabal. Okay. So in the lam kalima, you have a harf illat which is madmum. What do you have?
Harf illat, which is madmum.
Ma qabal is also madmum maksur. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does Pizza Sab say here? Pizza Sab says in this situation, yes, if there's if there's no wow, what do? You simply do hazaf of the haraka, right?
Yeah, just the haraka.
Yes. But if there is a wow, yeah, what is that?
Oh wow. Oh yeah, sorry, we were looking at the second madmum maksur, but there's the first one as well, which takes in the the transfer the haraka to the makaba.
The issue is I can't remember exactly how I give you the rules, you see.
No, you
So,
gave it to us like that. So the first one, it does.
So read rule number 1 to me again. Read
There's
rule
a
number 2,
waw
sorry.
or ya madmum in the lam kalima. The makabal is maksur. So that is the case. And then if there's a waw of jama after it, then transfer the haraka to the makabal and then drop the waw or ya if there's ishma sakine.
So where's this rule now? What rule number is this?
That's number 2. So
That's
I
number
was
2.
looking at the same cases but in number
Right.
3b. So
Right.
that
So
works.
read rule number 2 again now. In the lam kalima have a waw or ya madmum.
Yeah, so there's a
The
waw.
maqabal is also madmum maksur.
No, number 2 is just if it's maksur. But that
If it's
still works for
maksur,
this one, yeah. If the
right?
makabal is just maksur, and if there's a wav jama after it, then transfer the haraka to the makabal, and then drop the waw or ya if there's ishma sakina.
Yes.
That one works, yeah.
That's the rule I told you, right?
Yeah.
Then what do? If there's what after it, if there's a
Waw of jama, transfer the haraka.
if there's a waw of jama, yeah,
Transfer the haraka of the waw or ya to the makabal.
transfer the haraka of the waw ya to the maqabal, and then do what?
Do hazaf of the waw or ya if there's
Ijtima sakinain. Yes.
that works.
Yes. Good. This is the rule here. So becomes sahihuna becomes sahuna, yeah?
Sahuna, yeah.
Right. So now, just because these are your rules for your lifetime, right? So let me just listen to your rules one more time because I don't want to get these wrong, right?
Yeah.
Let's start again. So let me just confirm these rules with you, okay? Maybe later on you can send me a picture of them on WhatsApp as well.
Yeah.
I can read them. Start with rule number 2 again. Read out to me exactly the rules.
Yeah.
Rule number 2.
Number 2 is Ya or Waw Madmu in Lam Kalima. The markable is Maksur. If there's a Waw of Jama after it, then transfer the Haraka to the markable and drop the Waw or Ya if there's Ijtimal Sakinain. Then number yeah.
No. In the lam kalima, you have a ya madmum. What do you have?
Oh yeah, Madmum. I added Wow Madmum into it because one of the examples that I was doing for the homework, it didn't like it fit that rule, but needed a wow for it instead of a Ya Madmum. So I just added that in. Ya Madmum or Wow Madmum.
No. What was the example that you got stuck on?
I can't remember. It was for the homework. One of the previous examples that we've just done, but I added on the Wow Madmum.
Well, the example that we just done is this example, sahibuna, when the lam kalima got a waw madmum.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the markable is maksur, right?
Yeah, this fits onto this, but if you're saying it's just Ya Madmum, then it won't fit.
No, because that rule that you just told me, Sarah, now is where's that the rule you just told me prior to this rule? Where's that mentioned?
That's
Was that
3B.
rule 2? 3B.
Yeah.
So that will come in 3B, right? Should it not?
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have been able to do this transfer the haraka because in 3B you told us there's no transferring of the haraka, it's just you drop the haraka.
Drop the haraka.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. I think what might be a good idea is in the long term, I think possibly that you might get confused with this rule, So I think what might be a good idea is if we stick to the book. The book is not incorrect.
Yeah, it's not. No.
It's not incorrect, but what I'm finding is just after 1 week, as you can see, the rules have become a bit confusing. Okay.
Okay.
So I think the better way
maybe
will
inshallah
be.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Send me a picture of it.
Yeah.
Send me a picture of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you rule number 2 and 3 from the book, and I would give preference to rule number 2 and 3 from the book from now on.
Okay.
And then when you come to ilm sigha, the rule will be repeated again, and the exact way that is mentioned in ilm sigha, you can stick to that rule from then on. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah,
for the next couple of months, or let's say the next month or so, stick to the rule as is mentioned in the book. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So look, let's do rule number 2 now in the book, yeah? Rule number 2 of the book says, in the lam kalima, you have a harf illat, which is madmum. Wawariya. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the ma qabal is a kasra. Okay?
Yep.
So in your mind, think of 2 examples. Yarmiyu and ra de wu. Okay?
G.
Ra de wu. Think of these 2 examples. Now, pa a. If there is a waw after it of jama, you will transfer the haraka of the weak letter to the markable. Yes?
Yep.
And then due to ijtima sakin, obviously, you drop the waw. So radewu becomes radu. And if there is no waw after it, then you simply drop the haraka. Yarmiyu becomes yarmi. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Rule number 3. So this rule here now is leaving it open. It's leaving it open to a harf illat, waw or ya. Okay? Yeah. So now is sahibuna going to apply in here?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's going to apply. That's your answer done for your siga in the Quran. Rule number 3. You have a harf illat in the lam kalima, which is madmum. The ma qabal is also madmum. Okay? So think of 2 examples. Yad'uwuna and yad'uwu. Is this clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Yad'uwuna and yad'uwu. The way Pirzasab says this one is, in this situation, you simply drop the haraka. What do you do?
Drop the haraka.
Yad'u becomes yad'u, yes, and yad'uuna becomes yad'una. Now the ijtima sakinin isn't there? You drop the waw. Yad'una. Have you understood this?
Yeah, so not the haraka, the complete letter.
Meaning you drop you drop the haraka first. What do?
Oh, okay.
In both you drop the haraka. Yes?
Oh, it doesn't say that in number 3. I think it just says.
No, it does say. If you look at Urdu, it says, Jo harf illat lam kalima madmoom ho, और उसका माकबल भी मदमूम हो तो इसकी हरकत को हज़फ करते हैं.
Okay.
फिर इज्तिमाई साकिनैन का हो तो हरफ इल्लत को गिरा देते हैं.
Okay.
So you drop the haraka. So yad'una becomes yad'u, yad'uhu becomes yad'u, yad'uuna becomes yad'una. Now because of ijtima sakin, you drop the waw.
Okay.
You get the idea?
Yeah.
So meaning you do drop the waw in the end, right?
Yeah.
And rule number 3. So just check his rule number 4. Sorry, the same as what I'm going to tell you now. Check your rule number 4 before you write this one down. When you have a waw in the lam kalima maksur, the ma qabl is madmoom. Yes, you transfer the haraka to the ma qabl with the condition that after it there's a ya. Then because of ijtima sakinain, what do? You will drop that waw. Is that clear?
Yeah, I have that exactly.
Or ya, basically.
Yeah.
Because in the waw, so how did I explain the rule to you? Read the rule out to me.
I've got if there's waw maksur lam kalima ma qabl is madmoom, after it is ya mukhataba, then transfer the waw's haraka to the ma qabl and drop the waw because of ijtima sakinin.
You drop the waw. So the word was tad'uwina. What's the word?
Yeah, I've got the uwina.
So you transfer the haraka to the ma qabl. Now this ijtima sakinin isn't there?
Yeah, so you
drop that new waw. Write that down in your rule. Because Sarah, when you say tad'unina, what happens to a waw ma qabl maksur? Becomes a ya.
Waw ma qabl maksur. Oh.
Yeah,
you're right.
Tad'uyina, isn't it?
G.
Becomes tad'ina. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you drop that new ya. Is that clear? Which has changed from a waw. Okay? Good. So that's your rule number 4 done, yeah? Which is the same as the rule I told you. Just add that part in that you will change the rule. You will drop the new ya, which has been changed from a waw. Is that clear?
G.
Rule number 5 was when you have a ya in the lam kalim which is maksur, the ma qabl is also maksur. Yes?
Yeah.
So look at the word tarmiyina. You have a ya maksur in the lam, ma qabl is maksur, and the ma qabl is maksur. After it there's a ya, okay? What do? You will transfer the haraka to the ma qabl. Sorry, you will drop the haraka. Is that clear? Yeah. Now because of ijtima sakinain, what do? You drop the ya. Tarmina. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Stick to the book, please.
Yep.
It'll make your life more easy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's good we had that little session there because otherwise I probably wouldn't have realized that would become difficult for you. Because in a couple of years' time, you'll rarely look at your book. This is why when you're going to do the revision session now with me, inshallah, what I want you to do for the revision session is that make sure, as we're going through all the revision, make sure all your rules are perfected, right? So everything explained to you, make sure it's perfected. But what I want you to do as well is after you go back in the evening, I want you to rewrite all of them, not rewrite, make a hashia on the side of your book.
Okay.
So any extra rules I tell you, try to fit them into your book somewhere. Write them in a notepad so you can keep your notepad with you. But also try to fit the rules in wherever you can. So you can maybe like a little line there, explain that point. Because in a couple of years' time, you'll only really have this in your hand.
Okay?
So you want to really keep everything in the book. Okay. So last one is kunta nasyan mansiyan.
So for this one, I thought obviously it looks like mustard, but it looked familiar with. If I had to look for a rule, then it looked similar to the maf'ul. You know, the wahid muzakkar ismul maf'ul, and then it was if it was an originally mansi one, and then the ya gets sorry, the wow gets changed into a ya, and then
So the word is nasiya. What's the word?
nasiya. I
Yeah.
think it's just mustard then.
Nasiya, yeah.
Yeah,
So the word is nasiya, which means to forget, right?
yeah.
So this word over here is nasiyan mansiyan. Okay, so if you check the translation, it'll help you. Okay, let me tell you what surah this is. Surah Maryam. This is I knew this was not. This is kuntu nasiyan mansiya. Say the Maryam.
Okay.
It's kuntu wa kuntu nasiyan mansiya. فأجاءها المخاض إلى جذع النخلة قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا وكنت نسيا منسيا. So mansiyan means to be forgotten. What does it mean?
Forgotten.
Right. So the word is mansuyun. What's the word?
Yeah, mansuyun, and the wow
Off you
is
go.
sakin because it's together with a ya, and then
Not
it gets
wow is sakin. The first haraka, the first weak letter is sakin.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, the first is sakin, and then it gets changed to a ya, and then the if the markable haraka is madmoom, then it gets changed to a kasra, so mansiyun, and then idgham is done. Mansiyun.
Yes. Mansiyun. Well done, right? And idgham is done. Mansiyun becomes mansiyan because here is khabar of kuntu. Yeah.
Ji.
Okay, very good. Alhamdulillah. That was going to take a bit of time, obviously, as you can see. But Alhamdulillah, what I want you to do is go back and check Tara and also look at wow, okay, for tomorrow, inshallah. Go to 221, please.
Okay. 1 second.
Did you prepare this one as well?
Yeah, 1 second. Tara and Awawa. That one. Awaw. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
This should be straightforward. You just got to have a think about it, okay? You need some lafif practice as well, you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one's Mahyaya and
Mahyaya. So off you go. What's Mahyaya?
I've got them both as mustard mimis.
Mahyaya as a Mr. Mimi, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
What is Mahyaya though? Is it a murakkab or?
Mahyaya musters.
The word is hayaya. What's the word?
Hayaya.
Hayaya. What's the word?
Hayaya.
Right. So the word is uh, uh, the word is mahyayun. What's the word?
Mahyaya.
Mahyayun, right?
Yep.
So what do you do to when you have a weak letter in the lam kalim makab maftu? What do you change the ya into?
Alif.
Ya. Alif. Becomes mahya. What does it become?
Mahya.
Have you understood this?
G.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, when you add this is a rule now. When you add a ya of mudafile, yeah,
Yep.
to a word which has a markable alif, yes.
Yep.
Look, mahyai. What's gonna happen? Ijtima sakinain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they put a fatha on there.
On the ya.
Yes, mahyaya. Mahyaya means my life. What does it mean?
My life.
Do you get the point?
Yeah, the ya is the ya.
Why do they add a fatha? You're gonna do this rule in Hidayatul Nahv, inshallah, yes?
Okay.
Why do they add a fatha? Because out of the three harakas, a fatha is the lightest. Is that clear?
G.
You get the point?
Yeah, so the ya is wahid mutakallim damir.
Which one? Yes,
The
why
ya.
mutakallim damir? Why mutakallim damir?
Okay.
Indeed, salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin.
Yeah.
All of them are ya mutakallim.
Yeah.
But the only difference here is because the maqabal is alif, when you add a ya mutakallim on that kind of a noun, what happens? It gets a fatha.
Yeah. So Saji, you know when you said if there's a ya or wow, do you mean that if it's in the lam kalima and the makabal is maftood and you change it into an
Which
alif?
when you add the ya mutakallim?
No. Just generally when you said that the ya or wow, if the makabal is maftood, it gets changed to an alif.
Yeah, so the word is mahyayun, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that just when the wow or ya is in the lam kalima?
Not necessarily. If you go back to your rules, it's that a waw which is in the third place of a lam because of increasement goes to the fourth place.
I know, but that's
No, that's not the rule. Sorry. So the rule is a general rule. What do you not have? Sorry.
I don't have that rule. I think you just told us it in the lesson, and I don't think it's in one of the numbered rules.
Yeah, it's not in the rules as you can see. Yeah, because look, if you look at the word, I'll show you where it happens. Right. I'll show you where it happens. So if you look at rule number 6 in your book, go back to rule number 6 on Nakis.
Yeah.
So they say जो वाव लाम कलिमा में तीसरी जगह हो और बसब ज़्यादती जब चौथी या उससे जायद जगह पर चली जाए और हरकत माकबल इसकी मुखालिफ हो तो वो या से बदल जाती है. So yarda becomes yarda you. What happens?
Yeah, yarda you.
Right. Now is a dhamma heavy on a lam kalima? I mean, is a dhamma heavy on a ya?
Yeah, is it?
Right. You can't have a dhamma on a ya, right?
No.
Right. No. Sorry. The rule is when you have a weak letter and the markable is a fatha, you change the weak letter into an alif. Is that clear?
Okay.
So look, why does yarda over here become yarda? Because the waw became an alif. Do you get the idea?
Okay.
So although it wasn't explained to you in your rules, but it's there.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah. It's there. It's so we'll look at just a second. I've got someone on the door. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So this rule will become again as if it's mentioned as a rule, then we can take it as a rule. But generally, the point is that when you have a word with a fatha, maqabal, yes, you'll change that into an alif. You get the idea?
Yeah, but the way the rule is in my book is, you've said that the wow changes into a ya.
Well, the place where you'll remember it is if you go to rule number 8. You know, rule number 8.
Jari halat. Yeah.
So rule number 8 in your book was you got the ism ghair munsrif. It goes to maramiyu to maramin, right?
Maramin, yeah.
And the one I give you in the book was what? The one that I told you personally was what? When you have the ismul file. Ma qabl maksur, ma ba'd zadamma, right?
Yeah.
Right. In this situation, what do? You damma is heavy on a ya. What is the damma heavy on?
Yeah, heavy on a ya.
Now, in these situations, what happened to the damma which was heavy on the ya? You simply drop the damma, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, you do.
You simply drop the
Dhamma,
right? But this is all, look, if you look at the word yardawu, okay? Not yardawu, sorry. Yeah. There's a few, the thing is, the few rules happening here.
Yeah, so in yardawu and it gets changed to yarda, the wow hasn't changed to a ya here, has it? It's just
No, in yardawu, the wow does change to a ya. it becomes yarda you. Do you get the point?
Oh, okay.
Now,
Then
even in yarda you, the dhamma is heavy on the ya, right?
yeah.
But here we don't drop the dhamma. What you do over here is, look, if there's a dhamma on the ya, can a dhamma ever stay on the ya?
No.
No. Dhamma will always drop. What will it always do?
Bills drop.
So look, in yarda you, is any dhamma left on the ya?
In Yardayu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any dhamma left on the ya when it becomes yarda?
No.
There's no dhamma left, is there?
No.
Well, it's gone further than that, right?
Yeah.
Look at the word al-qadiyu, al-qadi. Is there any dhamma left on the ya?
No.
No. Al-maramiyu, al-marami. Any dhamma left on the ya?
No.
The point number one is keep in your mind is that there can never be a dhamma on a ya. Even in yarmiyu, is there a dhamma on the ya?
No.
No, it becomes yarmi, right?
Yeah.
So point number one to keep in your mind is that you can't have a ya with the dhamma on it. It'll
Yeah.
never be the case. That's point number one. Point number two is, always remember this. If you have the weak letter, like if you have a ya, for example, let's just stick with the ya for now. When you have a ya and the maqabal is a fatha, you will see that ya becoming an alif.
Okay.
Keep it as a haraka muwafiqa. To keep it as a madda. You get the idea?
Yeah.
So in yarda you can go the long way around. Let's go the long way around. In yarda what happens here is yardawu, it becomes yardayu, right?
Yeah.
And can a dhamma ever be on a ya?
No, it can't.
So let's just follow the long route. It becomes yarday, for example. But nevertheless, whenever you have a ya and the maqabal is a fatha, what do you change the ya into anyway? Yarda, alif. Is that clear? So there's two rules to keep in mind. One is that a ya won't get a dhamma, and the second rule is that a ya maqabal fatha will always become an alif. Do you get that?
Okay.
So in examples like yarmiyu, where the maqabal is a maksur, al-qadiyu, maqabal is a maksur, maramiyu, dawamiyu. In all these, dawa'iyu, sorry. In all these, the maqabal is a kasra, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to change the dhamma into a sakin.
Okay. Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
These ones is fine, just change to a sakin. But where the maqabal is a fatha and there's a dhamma on the ya, for example, okay, in these examples, what happens? It becomes difficult. You can't drop the dhamma here. Here you just change the whole weak letter, the ya, into an alif instead. Is that clear?
Okay.
So that's the rule.
That's the
Yeah,
same
the
with
idea-
wow as well. If it was.
What's that? Sorry.
That's the same for a wow as well. You change the wow to a alif as well if the maqabal is maftu.
Well, in that example, you've done that, haven't you? Meaning, in the example of yardawu, in the example of yardawu, what have you seen that it becomes a ya, doesn't it, because of the rules? Is that clear?
Yeah.
See, look, I'm not presenting this as an incomplete rule here. I'm just saying to you, wherever you see this in a book, you know what to do.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So just keep this in your mind. 2 points in your mind, okay? You know, you got to remember, Sarah, is that all the nakis rules are not mentioned here as well. There's ones they're not all documented here. There are some which are missing, which you will benefit from later on, meaning as you move on with the rules, meaning with the book. That's what you got to remember here.
Okay.
So let me check if I can present this as a rule from the other book, and then you can probably make a note of it, because it is a reoccurring one, right?
Yeah. It is.
Let me have a look. Here we go. Yeah. So it's not mentioning it here anywhere, but that is the rule. The rule is Sarah, a damma on a ya is heavy, so it can't be there, and a ya with a markable fatha becomes an alif. That's the rule. Okay. If I see any example where the waw markable fatha becomes alif, we can have a look at that. Exactly. But a waw markable fatha doesn't always become an alif, because sometimes you get a waw markable fatha becomes a ya, like yardaw. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So just for now, keep it as that. That no dhamma can remain on a ya because it's sakil, it's heavy. And what's all these rules for? All these rules are for the fact that there's thicker in a word, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have a word with a dhamma on a ya. Okay. And number two, a ya maqab al maftu, you will always find it's always changed to a alif somehow. Understood that?
Yep.
So mahyayun, you will find becomes mahya. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. It becomes mahya. Mahyaya. Now mamati, mamatun. What's the word?
Mamato.
Yeah. So what did you get from mamatun?
I got Mr. Mimi again.
Yeah, mamatun is mustamimi. Ya mutakallim, yeah?
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah, that's fine. لإيلاف قريش. قريش, please.
اسمه تصغير.
اسم التصغير. And why is tasghir on here? Do you know what the maqsad was?
No.
Azama.
Azama. Okay.
Sha'an. Azama, yeah. Respect.
G.
قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك. Yes. يا بني. بني.
تصغير, I'm guessing for mahabba.
Yes, it's for mahabba. But what's the word? Ibnun. What's the word?
Ibnun, yeah.
Ibnun becomes.
غير قياسي. Is it?
It's not that it's ghair qiyasi. In the ghair qiyasis, I was just telling you, in the ghair qiyasi, you go back to ghair qiyasi, what it was saying in ghair qiyasi was that, meaning what I told you here in bunayyun ma uhaysinahu nuwayhatun. Remember, I told you what the meaning was. I said here is just possessive, just saying to you that you can get ismut tasghir for different maqasid. So bunayyun is still ismut tasghir, but the maqsad is for mahabba.
G, of course, yeah.
Get the idea? That's what I told you. So the word was bunayyun. So bunayyun is from the word ibnun. What's the word from?
Ibnun.
Right. So ibnun becomes bunayyun. What does it become, Sarah?
Bunayyun.
Bunayyun. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Now, bunayyun.
Yeah, fu'aylun and then idgham.
Yeah. So it becomes bunayyun. Yeah?
Bunayyun, yeah.
Right. Now, how does bunayyun go to bunayya?
Yeah, bunayya. Is it the ya? Because it's a munada.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let me write this on the board for you. I'll show you what's happening. We're gonna have to open it up, okay? So watch this.
Or maybe because the
word is.
and then ya bunayya.
I'll show you now. Watch this.
Yeah.
The word is. The word is bu nay yun. What's the word?
Yeah, bunayyun.
Like this, right?
Yep.
Right. Bunay yun. Okay. Now. Bunay yun. Now. Plus, we're gonna add a ya'ul mutakallim, right?
Yep.
Yes. you understand?
G.
Right. Now, what's going to happen over here? Okay. In this word.
Oh, so it's got the Wahid Mutakallim Damir.
So what's going to happen over here is this.
The Ya Mutakallim is gonna do idgham with the last Ya and the before. The first Ya is gonna drop because it can't assimilate.
It's not going to happen like that. Okay. You know, with this example over here, again, you should be able to answer this. Okay. You should be able to answer this. You got to remember your muda'af rule.
Okay.
Have a think about it.
Okay.
Have a think about it now while I'm saying it. You can check your muda'af as well if you want.
Yeah.
Balki, this is a rule. The rule over here in Bunayyun is a rule again of Hidayatul Nahv. Yeah.
Okay.
You know Hidayatul Nahv book?
Yeah.
Again, this is a rule from Hidayatul Nahv. Yeah.
Okay.
When you have a ya in the final letter of a word and you add the ya mutakallim on it, yes. There's a full rule here actually. Let me give you the full rule 1 second.
Yeah, we haven't got a rule about the Ya Mushaddad.
Yeah, we're not done this yet. This is gonna come later.
Okay.
Okay, let me just show you the rule though. Okay, when I go upstairs and I open my Hidayatul Nahv, I'll read the rule to you. Okay, we'll come back to this one. But there's a rule that have ya mutakallim that you're not done yet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I will come back to that one, inshallah. Meaning the rule is just why does the ya mutakallim get a fatha? Is that clear? But I'll explain to you later. Okay. When I check that. إنا قد فتنا قومك من بعدك وأضلهم السامري.
Ism Mansoob.
Ism?
Mansoob.
Are you sure? Yes. Which one is it becoming?
Ism Mansoob.
Ism?
Mansoob.
Mansoob, yes. Ism Mansoob. Remember now, which one was this for? This was Ism Mansoob for Ism Manqus. What was it?
Ism Manqus.
So the word is, let's say, Asamiri. What is it?
Asamiri.
Asamiri.
Ri.
Right? Now, if you add a ya at the end, ya of Mansoob at the end of it, what happens? They say if the ya of the Ism Manqus in the third place, then it changes into a waw with the preceding fatha, right? Asadawiyu. Asadi. Yeah. If the ya is in the fourth place, then it's permissible to change it into a waw with the preceding fatha. Okay, so adda'i or asamiri, and then you can make it into a waw, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Or what can you do? Drop it, meaning drop it. Asamiri, drop the ya and then add the ya mushaddad. Asamiriyu. Is this clear?
Yeah.
And if it's in the fifth place, what can you do?
It drops. It just drops.
It drops completely. Al-muhtadiyu. Al-muhtadi. Is that clear? Also, if you go back to the Ism Mansoob lesson, go to 215 lesson point.
Yep.
Remember we had a discussion about Ism Maksur.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the conclusion on that? I think it was your class. Was it your class? You were talking about Ism Maksur?
G?
Was it your class we were talking about Ism Maksur?
Yeah, we did talk about
Yeah.
it.
So Ism Maksur is in the Lam kalima that you have basically an alif. What do you have?
An alif.
But it's not original alif, it's been changed from a waw or a ya. Is that clear?
G.
That is an Ism Maksur. Do you get that?
Okay.
That is a
Ism Maksur.
Ism Maksur. So for example, the word al-fatah, what's the word?
Al-Fatah.
This is an example of an Ism Maksur word. Is that clear? Because that alif been changed from a waw. Now, it doesn't make any difference whether we make this alif, right, long or short. Is that clear? So you can write this word like this as well, fatah. Do you get the idea?
G.
Do you get the point?
Yeah, yeah.
So it isn't Ism Maksur, because an Ism Maksur is a word which has a alif in the lam kalima which we change from a waw or a ya. Now, sometimes when you change an alif, when you change a waw or a ya into alif, sometimes the waw or ya stays, then you put the alif at the top, don't you? Like a short alif. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But can I just totally remove this silent ya and just put the alif there at the end?
Yeah.
This still is alif maksura. It's still alif maksura in the sense that, meaning in the sense that it won't make it an alif mamduda. Will it not make it?
No, not alif do that.
Because alif mamduda is a alif which has a hamza at the end. Do you get that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So remember something with an ism maksur, a noun which has a necessary alif at the end, and this alif is known as a short alif. What's it known as?
Short alif.
So even this alif over here is still alif maksura, even though it's written long. Do you get that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or look at the other example. The other example in your book is rada. What's the word?
Rada.
So the word rada you can write like this, right?
Yeah, you can.
I can just write like this if I want to as well. Rada, raza. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's still a short alif. This is still considered a short alif. Is this clear?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand that? Why?
Yeah.
Because this short alif could have been written like that as well. It's because, why is it known as a short alif maksura? Because it can't be an alif mamduda, because alif mamduda has a hamza at the end as well.
Hamza at the end, exactly, yeah.
Right. What about this word then? Bushra. Okay. In the word bushra, okay, this word bushra, this word would not be called an al-ism maksur. What's it not going to be called?
Not an ism maksur, because it's not a necessary alif.
It's not a necessary alif. It's an alif which is additional to the radicals.
To the radicals, yeah.
So we won't call this word an ism maksur, although it's permissible to say there's an alif maksura at the end.
G.
Say, oh, it's got an alif maksura at the end, but that alif maksur is additional to the radicals. It doesn't make it an ism maksur. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, remember that, please. Okay.
Okay.
All right, the next one, please. Ya ayyuhan nasu ttaqu rabbakum inna zalzalat as-sa'ati shay'un 'azim. Zalzalata. Go on.
It's a master.
Yeah, master of like what scale?
Fa'lala.
Fa'lalatun. Is that clear?
G.
So fa'lalatun. So let me just see if we did this anywhere. Did we do this anywhere? The scale is
Master. It's an additional, like it's a different master too.
Yeah. So
As
this
in,
was.
It can be known as two different masters.
Fa'lalatun. Where did you do fa'lalatun?
That's it's one of the, I think he gave us as one of the Ozan and Muster, like it can have different musters, or it's the Rubai.
No, Sarah. Zalzalatun. Come on, really easy.
Rubai Mazid.
Rubai mujarrad. Zalzalatun. Dahrajatun.
Yeah, Mujarrad.
Master of Bab Fa'lala.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not an extra rule or something like that. It's Master of Bab Fa'lala.
Zalzala, it can have a different Zilzal. Yeah, that's all.
Zilzal. Zilzal is not Zalzala. Meaning it's the same word, but that's the Master of Bab Fi'al.
Oh, I was thinking that it has different.
I mean, that's the Master of Bab Dahraju. It's another Master of it. Is that clear?
Okay. I get it.
Although the word is the same, but that's different. Okay. So Bab Fa'lala's original meaning Sulasi is what? Fa'lalatun, isn't it? So Zalzalatun. But another one of them, Qiyasi ones, these are Qiyasi, remember? Another one is also Zilzal. Is that clear?
Zilzal, okay.
Fi'lalun. Is that clear? You can also find words on that scale as well. But this is the first one, zalzala.
Ji.
Ma kana Ibrahimu Yahudiyan. What's the word Yahudiyan gonna be?
They're both ism mansubs.
Yeah, Yahudun, Yahudiyun. Is that clear? And then it's halat al-nasb, Yahudiyan. Okay. Wala Nasraniyan. So the word is Nasrani. What's the word?
Nasrani.
Nasrani. I mean, no, my apologies. My apologies. The word is Nasraniyan. Okay. So the word is Nasara. What's the word?
Nasara.
Nasara. So when you got the word Nasara, okay, Nasara,
Yep.
yeah. What do you do to Nasara?
Nasara, I think it fits onto a different thingy scale because
No, my apologies. You're right. Nasara is a different scale. This is Nasra. This is singular. What is it?
yeah, singular.
So this word will be. Any ideas?
No.
This word is originally. Let me check the word originally. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. So I think the word is Nasran originally, and it becomes Nasraniyun. Do you understand that?
G.
Yeah. Well, you don't really see Nasran on its own, by the way.
Okay.
But Nasraniyun you see a lot. It means Christian, right?
G.
So Nasrani, when you put the Ya Mushaddad on it, it's mostly seen with the Ya Mushaddad. Is that clear?
Okay.
So the word is, it's like Tanassara. Tanassara means like to embrace or convert to Christianity. So it's from the word Nasara, basically.
G.
You get the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. Tika. Okay. So go on, carry on. Let's see.
Arabiyun.
Arabiyun, easy.
That's ism mansub again.
إذ قال لهم شعيب ألا تتقون
Shuaib.
اسم التصغير, yeah?
Yeah, ism tasghir.
Yeah. But again, this will be اسم التصغير of one of the other reasons, like Azama, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you get the idea?
G.
But it's here used in alam as well. Okay. Okay. I didn't think that was going to take 2 hours. But Alhamdulillah, we've got to the end of that. Alhamdulillah. Just have a look at our wow, please, okay?
Yeah. And Tara.
And Lam Tara. Bunayya, you won't be able to work out. I'll show you the rule from Bunayya. It's actually a rule from Hidayatul Nahab, okay?
Okay.
Because there's, you've learned about Ya Mutakallim, haven't you?
Yeah, we have.
So Ya Mutakallim has a spoon at the end, but you get different words in the Arabic language. Based upon those different words, the Ya Mutakallim looks different. Like how I've just showed you before, Mahyaya has a fatha, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is an example of a word which already has a Ya at the end. So what
Okay.
happens, I'll show you that when I'll read the rule out to you from the book actually, when I get a chance, okay? Alhamdulillah, that is completely that done, okay? So let's take a break now, inshallah, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with the Nahv, please, okay, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hey there, Sarah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Okay. I do not open your Nahw book, please. All right. I had a look at that. You know the word bunayun. I'll just explain that to you now quickly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So the word was the word is the word ibnun. We'll go into discussion about ibnun later, right? But the word is from banawa. What's it from?
Banawa.
So when you make it into tasghir, what does it become? Bunayun. What does it become?
Yeah, Bunaywan.
Bunayun, right? It becomes like this, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now we know the rule here, right? This waw becomes a
Yeah.
bunayun, like this, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And then you do the gham bunayun. Okay? The question is when you have a word like this in the Arabic language, when you want to add a ya al mutakallim to it, so plus ya mutakallim, yeah? It says here, I'm reading from a book here. It says ثم أضيفت يا المتكلم, yeah, or ثم أضيفت يا المتكلم فالتقى ثلاث ياءات. What happens now when you add this ya onto it? What's going to happen? How many yas are there now?
3.
1, 2, 3, yeah. So the rule is فحذفت الثانية, yes, or فحذفت الثانية لام المتكلم, you could even say, okay, or فحذفت الياء فحذفت الثانية لام المتكلم, yeah, لام الكلمة. What you're going to do in this situation is you're going to drop the, which one? The second one, this one, which is the lam kalima. Which one do you drop?
Yeah, the lam kalima.
Right. So now what we got? We got bunay like this, yeah? Bunay like this. Do you get the idea?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually.
Now, what happens over here? فبقيت ياء التصغير الساكنة وأدغمت مع ياء المتكلم التي أضيفت مفتوحة. Okay, so what do you do over here? Now, because of ijtima sakinin, they make life easy. What do? They add a fatha onto the, yeah, is that correct? So now do the gham. What does it become? Bunayya. What does it become?
Bunayya.
It's like mahyaya. Remember in mahyaya, when you have an alif, what do you put after a ya, don't you? Sakin. But the ya sakin, can you pronounce it now? Alif and ya sakin?
No, no.
They put fatha there. Why? Because it's the lightest letter. Is that clear?
Okay.
So the same over here. Two yas come together now. Both are sakin. What do you do over here? They will basically add a fatha. So bunayya. Have you understood this? So the point is that bunayya is over here is ismu tasghir with a ya mutakallim attached to it. Mudaf mudaf ilayh. Understood that?
Okay. G.
Good. Okay. If you open your Nahv, please. Nahv. It's been a few days. Nahv. Let's complete this book, inshallah. Okay. If you come to Kalimatu Shart, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على محمد. Okay. So this lesson is Kalimatu Shart. Okay. These are words which are called conditional words. What are they called?
Conditional words.
Right. I need to pay attention to this lesson. Okay, please, inshallah. Kalimatu Shart. Now, Kalimatu Shart are words that convey the meaning of condition. Okay. So like, I'll give you an example in English to start you off. if you help, I will help. So the word if is a particle which is conveying the meaning of condition, isn't it? Okay. They also occur in the Arabic language, okay? They occur before two sentences. The first sentence is termed as shart, okay? The first sentence will be termed as shart, okay? Which would be literally be a condition. If you strike, okay, that's a condition. The second sentence is called jaza, okay? The consequent of a conditional statement. I will strike. You get the idea? Okay, is that written in Arabic? Shartun and jaza'un?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, that's fine. So you should be able to not write that, okay? Now, so these are kalimatu shart. Kalimatu shart occur before these two sentences. First one is shart, second one is jaza, and they convey the meaning of condition. Now, in Arabic, there's two types of kalimatu shart, okay? And please keep in mind the word I'm using. I'm using the word kalimatu shart. The kalima is what? Ism fi'l harf. You get the idea?
Yeah.
Because what you're going to learn in a minute is that some of the kalimatu shart are ism, some are harf. Is that clear? So that's why I'm using the generic word of kalima. Okay. So generally speaking, the kalimatu shart are two types. You have kalimatu shart which are jazima, and you have kalimatu shart which are ghair jazima. You have those kalimatu shart which govern the jusive, meaning they give jazm to what comes after them. And you have those kalimatu shart which do not give jazm after what comes to that which comes after them. Is this clear?
Okay.
So what I mean by that is basically, let's start with the jazm and I'll explain to you. Okay, what are the kalimatu shart which are jazm, which are gonna make something majzoom? What are they gonna make majzoom? They say when the jazima are conditional words, they kalimatu shart. Okay, some particles of shart or words of shart. Okay, condition. They give jazm to any fi'l mudari which will exist in the shart or in the jaza. Is that clear?
Okay.
Now, it's not necessary, Sister Sarah, that there is going to be a mudari afterwards. But if there was to be a mudari in the shart or there was to be a mudari in the jaza, if you used a kalimatu shart which was a jazima one or a jazim kalimatu shart, that fi'l mudari will most definitely get a jazm. Is that clear?
Okay. And the ghair jazima, do they have an effect at all, or is it?
The ghair jazima.
Yeah, it has an effect, but it's not jazima. Like,
We'll come to them, inshallah.
okay.
I'll explain them to you, inshallah. Have you understood this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is simply what's going on over here. Now they do say something which you got to keep in mind. They say three things I'm saying here. Number one is the kalimatu shart jazima are giving jazm. What are they giving jazm to? Any mudari that exists in the shart and jaza. Now, does this mean that there has to be a mudari in the shart and jaza? The answer is no. It could be the case that you have a shart and jaza without a mudari. Therefore, you're not going to get a jazm, right? Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
If there is a fi'l mudari, then it's going to be majzoom, right? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Meaning, what I'm saying from this is that it doesn't necessitate, okay, that there has to be, from this statement, it doesn't necessitate that there has to be a mudari in the shart and jaza. You get that?
Okay.
But wherever there is a mudari, then it will get a jazm, it will become majzoom, okay? This is the kalimatu shart which is jazm. Now, this will only happen provided, okay, that fi'l mudari, okay, is not preceded by one of these following things. So there is a case where you may have a kalimatu shart which is jazima, and there is a mudari in the shart and jaza, and it still doesn't get a jazm. Why? Because one of these things are before it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So a kalimatu shart which is jazima may not give, does not necessitate there's a mudari in there. But when there is a mudari, it'll get jazm. But if the mudari has the following things on it, it won't get jazm. Okay? What are those following things? Sa, sofa, lan, mala. You know what they are, don't you? Sa and sofa for mustaqbil. Yeah. Qareeb, baid. Lan is the nasiba. Yes. Ma and la. Which ma and la are we talking about over here?
The nafi.
the ma nafi and la nafiya, the nafiyas, and something called the adawatu talab. I'm gonna have to explain this to you now, okay? Something called adawatu talab. Adawa, adawatu talab. Okay? Adawatu talab. What are adawatu talab? Have you ever heard of adawatu talab?
No, never.
Adawatu talab are called particles of demand. What are they called?
Particles of demand.
Okay, in the Arabic language, you have particles of demand, meaning what are particles of demand? I'll explain to you now. There's three things which are termed as adawatu talab in the Arabic language, or in English, particles of demand. They are three in total. How many?
Three.
Three. One is nahi. One is amar. And the third one is istifham. Is clear?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we know what amar is, right?
Yep.
Like somebody says to you, like in the verse of the Quran, "Qul ta'alaw, ta'alaw." Is it amar?
Ta'alaw, yep.
Yeah. Atlu ma harrama rabbukum alaykum. You got an amar here, right? Okay. It's an adawatu talab. It's from the adawatu talab. It's demanding, right?
Okay.
You've got nahi. Yes. These are also from the adawatu talab. Somebody say to you, la tadrib zaydan. You understood?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you also have istifham. Okay. What do you also have?
Istifham.
Now, istifham literally is interrogation, right?
Yep.
Right. But let me give you an example. Let me show you. Hal ta'tini uhaddithkum. Okay. So, will you not come to me, or will you come to me so that I can speak to you? Can you see the talab in there?
Yeah.
So istifham also incorporates talab, right? Because by me asking you that question, am I kind of demanding you to come?
Yeah.
Come to me and I'll speak to you. You get the idea?
Yeah.
Will you come to me? I'll speak to you. Is that clear? Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So you can actually see that the istifham is from the adawatu, from the particles of demand, because demand also is created in istifham as it can be created in amr and in nahi as well. You get the idea? In idrib, you're demanding, striking. La tadrib, demanding, not striking. And in istifham, you can demand somebody to come to you by asking the question, Hal ta'tini, will you come to me? Uhaddiskum, so I can speak to you. Do you get the idea?
G.
Now, what's interesting about adawatu talab in Arabic language? Okay, keep this in mind now. You know the adawatu talab in Arabic? Adawatu talab. You've learned three now, yeah? What are they? Amr, nahi, and istifham. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Any jawab, any response that is given for adawatu talab, yes, which is a mudari, which is a,
Mudari.
if that doesn't have a fa before it, they will be majzoom. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So these particles of demand, any failure mudari which comes in response to them, if they have no fa before them, they also majzoom. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
Like, look, let me give you an example. In the verse of the Quran, ta'alaw. What's the verse?
Ta'alaw.
Qul ta'alaw atlu. Okay. Ma harrama rabbukum alaykum. Ma harrama. rabbukum. Rabbukum alaykum. Okay, let's just check this translation first quickly. قل تعالوا أتلو. This is Surah Al-An'am, verse 151. Surah Al-An'am, verse 151. There you go. So the ayah is okay. Say kum. Okay. Qul ta'alaw. Kum. So that I may recite to you what your Lord has forbidden for you. Is that clear? Qul. So the verse starts by this Qul. Say, my beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. Ta'alaw. Kum. You all kum. Atlu. Yes. Is that the verse? Qul ta'alaw. Atlu, yeah. So that I may recite ma harrama rabbukum alaykum, what your Lord has forbidden upon you. Is that clear? So that I may recite to you what your Lord has forbidden for you. Okay. So now look, Sarah, is this an amr?
Yeah.
Okay. Ta'alaw. Is amr from the adawat talab?
Yeah, is it?
Anything that comes in jawab to it. What comes in jawab to it? Anything that comes in response to that, like somebody, Qul ta'alaw kum atlu alaykum maharrama. So this atlu maharrama rabbukum alaykum, you know, this part here, is this a jawab to what's being said? Kum, so that I may recite so and so. Is this clear?
Yeah.
So is this an answer or a response to an amr?
G.
Yeah. And is it a fi'l mudari which comes as a response to it?
Yeah.
Is there any fa kalima that comes before it?
No.
No. So therefore you'll find that they will also become majzoom. Look at the word atlu.
Okay.
It's from the word tilawat. Yes?
Yeah.
Just my apologies, not it's atlu. What's the word?
Atlu.
Atlu. So this would have been what? From the word tala yatlu. What's the word?
Tala yatlu.
This would have been atlu, natlu. What happens? It becomes atlu, becomes amr. You get the idea? The wow drops at the lam kalima. Have you understood this? Why? Because a mudari comes in response to adawat talab. And anything that comes in response to adawat talab, which is a mudari, becomes majzoom. When there's no fa kalima on it. You got the idea? By the way, I'm not talking about shart and jaza here at all. You know, this jazima rule, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm just talking to you about what adawat talab are in Arabic so far.
Okay.
You get that? I'll come back to shart and jaza. I'll come back to jazima later on now. Okay? Right now, we're just talking about adawat talab in the Arabic language. Adawat talab are three: amr, nahi, and istifham. And anything that comes in response to amr, nahi, and istifham will, if it doesn't have a fa kalim on it, it'll be majzoom. This has got nothing to do with the kalimatu shart jazima, by the way. Okay? The other example is la tadrib Zaydan. Okay. What's the next adawat talab? Nahi, isn't it?
Yeah, nahi.
So this is your nahi. What is it?
Nahi, yeah, it is.
Right. So someone say la, but I mean the nahi is in la nahi, right? What's my jawab into that? Tadkhul or tadrib. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So is that my, could you say that's my jawab of my la?
Yeah.
This is my jawab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like la, and I mean la as in la of nahi. Do not, la. What's your jawab? Tadrib. Do not strike. So my jawab here is tadrib, right?
Yeah.
And is it a mudari?
Yeah, it's mudari.
And you find that it becomes majzoom. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay,
And
let
you
me
know
give
the ba and sofa, I mean, sofa, sa. Would they have to come before the
Again, Sarah, I'm not talking about sa, sofa, all these.
or the
I'm not
fa?
talking about kalimatu shart. I'm not talking about jazima, anything. I'm just talking to you about first what are adawatu talab in the Arabic language.
Okay, no problem.
Then I'll come back to the main thing. Okay. First, understand what adawatu talab are. Okay. So somebody says to you, hal ta'tini, hal ta'tini. Yes. Hal ta'tini uhaddithkum. What does somebody say?
What difficult.
Will you ta'ti, you come, ni, to me, uhaddithkum, so that I can speak to you. So are you demanding somebody, you're trying to demand him to come to you, aren't you? Yes?
G.
That's what you're trying to do, aren't you?
Yep.
Will you come to me and I'll speak to you? Like, you know, somebody says that to you.
Yeah,
You're saying, come to me, right? I'll speak to you, right? So over here, hal ta'tini, so you got istifham here, right? What comes in the jawab of your istifham here? Uhaddiskum. So I speak to you. So the jawab of your istifham, isn't it? Your question is, hal ta'tini, that's your istifham, your question, right? And what's my jawab to that? Uhaddiskum, right? So this is come as my jawab. Is this a fi'l mudari?
Yeah, it's mudari.
Right. So when a mudari comes in response to a adawatu talab or istifham, if it's a mudari, what will it become? Majzoom.
Majzoom. G.
So it's uhaddiskum. Have you understood this?
G.
Now, just to show you, I'm not making any of that up. Go to your majzoom lesson. Okay? Go to your majzoom lesson. Go back to page number in your surf book. Go to page number your lesson page number 63 in your book. Remember this lesson, your majzoom lesson, when I told you that lam, lamma, lam, or amar, na, nahiya will all make the following majzoom.
G.
Look at your notes, and I told you to leave the notes out. Do you remember when I said leave the note out?
Yeah.
Right, look at note number 1 now. Note number 1 says, Jab mudare. Whenever you have a mudare, after a amr, after a nahi, after an istifham. Yes? Whenever a mudari comes after an amr, after a nahi, after istifham, as a reply, as a response, as a jawab, they will all be majzoom. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Provided that there's no fa kalima before them. We understood this?
G.
This is what it meant. What is amr? What is nahi? What is istifham? These three are adawatu talab. What are they?
Adawatu.
They're particles of demand. And anything in response to particles of demand will also be majzoom.
Okay.
If it's a mudari. Do you get the idea? Very good. Alhamdulillah. This is what it meant in your book, by the way. Okay. So I had to wait all the way to Kalimatu Shart to explain that to you.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, come back to you. Have you understood adawatu talab now?
Yeah, I understand.
100%?
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Now come back to your shart and jaza lesson. So shart and jaza, kalimatu shart. Okay, kalimatu shart in the Arabic language are kalimat, words, and anything that comes in response to those words. My apologies, sorry. Kalimatu shart are words which give the meaning of condition, and there's two sentences essentially that come after it. The first sentence is termed as shart, second one is termed as jaza. But the kalimatu shart in Arabic are two types. You have kalimatu shart which are jazima and kalimatu shart which are ghair jazima. Okay? Now, what's the difference? The kalimatu shart which are jazima will give a jazm to any fi'l mudari which appears in the shart or which appears in the jaza. Have you understood this?
Okay.
If it so comes, okay? Doesn't always have to come, but if it so comes. However, if the kalimatu shart jazima are used, following comes the shart, comes the jaza. In the shart and jaza, you see a mudari. But before the mudari, there is, okay, a sa. a sofa, a len, a ma, a la, or any of the adawat talab, an amr, a nahi, or istifham, then you are not going to give that. Meaning that kalimat shart is not going to make that majzoom. Now does that make sense?
G.
That's why I had to explain adawat talab to you.
G.
Yes? Like for example, if you get a kalimat shart, and in the jaza, let's say you get a nahi, what do you get?
A nahi.
You get a nahi, right? Before a mudari. What do you get before a mudari?
A nahi.
Is that kalimatu shart giving the jazm? No, the nahi is giving the jazm.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Exactly. Have you understood this? So you will find a jazm in the jaza, for example, but that jazm is there because of the la, for example. So the idea.
Okay.
So if you find a sa, sofa, lan, ma'ula, yes, before any of the mudarits in a shart and jaza, then the kalimatu shart which are jazima will not give jazm to them. Is this clear?
G.
If you have a kalimatu shart which are jazima in a word, okay, and before them you have the adawatu talab, amar, nahi, istifham, that kalimatu shart will not give jazm to that mudari. Is that clear?
G.
Have you understood this?
G.
Good. Now, in a case where they are kalimatu shart and there is a shart and jaza after it, and they do have, like, for example, mudaris in there, let's have a look at them now, okay? How many kalimatu shart are jazima? In this book, Pizza Sab is going to mention a list of them now, okay? Now, we got like a red pen or something.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. The first one is in. What is it?
In.
Now, circle these ones that I say to you now, because all these are like mutazammin of the meaning of in. They incur the meaning of in. They come in the meaning of in. Okay? They're mutadammin of the ma'na of in. Is that clear? Which ones are those? Man, ma, ayyun, mata, mahma, anna, aina, and for that matter, even aynama. Okay? Haythuma, isma. Have you understood this?
G.
All the ones you've circled here are all kalimatu shart in the meaning of in. Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's start with the first one. In tadribuhu adribaka. Okay? In is a harf. What is in?
A harf.
From the kalimatu shart, in would be termed as a harf. Okay? I'm going to try my best not to write as much as I can down. Just try to write it down with me, okay?
G.
Like, try to write down as I'm explaining the tarkeebs, okay? So look at in tadribuhu adribka, okay? In tadribuhu adribka. In is a harf shart. This is how you're going to do tarkeeb of it now, okay? In is a kalimatu shart, and from the kalimat is a harf. So it's a harf kalimatu shart, okay? Tadribuhu is going to be, was actually tadribuhu, isn't it?
Yeah, tadribuhu.
So tadrib is going to be wahid muzakkar hazib, wahid muzakkar mukhatab fil mudari, and it becomes majzoom because of kalimatu shart. Is that correct? So originally tadribu, yes, but it's become tadrib now because of in kalimatu shart jazima.
G.
So this becomes majzoom. It has the anta damir inside it, and the hu damir becomes the maful bihi. Fail, file, maful bihi, jumla fi'liya, shart. If you strike him. You understood this? Adribaka. This is adribuka. What's it originally?
Adribu.
But adribu becomes adrib. What does it become?
Adrib.
Again, because of kalimatu shart in. So if you look at the word adrib is wa'id mutakallim fil mudari ma'ruf majzoom here. because it's become majzoom because of in. And another damir fa'il, ka maf'ul bihi, fi'l fa'il maf'ul bihi, jumla fi'liya, jaza. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Shart and jaza will join together and become what? Shart and jaza will join together and become, I'll tell you what they become, 1 second. They will become jumla shartiya. What will they become?
Jumla shartiya.
So a shart and jaza will join together become jumla shartiya, which again I'll explain to you later on, okay?
Okay.
Shartiya. So it's called jumla shartiya, okay? Jumla shartiya. I'll explain to you the different types of jumlas later, okay? But like an example of a jumla ma'tufa, remember jumla ma'tufa?
Yeah.
When you had one jumla which was ma'tuf alay, one jumla which was ma'tuf, when they join together, what do they become? Jumla ma'tufa, don't they?
Yeah.
You can't make a jumla fi'liya or jumla ismiya per se. That's become a jumla ma'tufa. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
Have you understood this?
G.
All right. The next one is man. What's the next one now?
Man.
Right. This, okay. One before I move on. Look at this word we just done now. In tadribu adribka. Can you see there's a shart here, Sarah?
G.
Can you see there's a jaza?
Yeah.
And they're in two sentences, right? Tadribu is one sentence, adribka is another sentence, right?
Yeah.
The first one's your condition, the second one's your consequence of your condition. And there's an in at the beginning which gives the meaning of condition. And this is in is a jazima. So provided that there's a fi'l mudari in the shart and jaza, it's gonna become majzoom. Has that been so over here?
Yeah.
Yes. Also provided that there was no sawfa lan ma la or any adawat talab before those fi'l mudaris, like amar, nahi, istifham. So has this been the case over here?
G.
Very good, alhamdulillah. Have you understood this?
Yeah. Understood.
Right. Now, the next one is man. What's the next one?
Man.
Right. This is where we're going to have to explain this in a little bit more detail now, inshallah. But it shouldn't be too difficult. We should manage, inshallah, to get through this, okay? Now, let's get the page out 1 minute. Zain, this page didn't come back, did he?
No, we didn't.
1 second. Just bear with me a moment, please. There you go. All right. I lost the page. Okay. Look at the next one is man, yeah? Man is an ism, Sarah. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Man is an ism. Man will translate as whoever. Okay. So look at the example. Man yajtahid yanjah. Whoever exerts himself will succeed. Okay. So this time let's do tarkeeb. Okay. Man, and remember something, Sarah, about man as well. You know, man is an ism in Arabic, right?
Yeah.
The noun. You've done it in the past, like as a question, isn't it? Like man darab, man, you know, Zaydun, for example. Who is Zayd? So man is a noun, okay? And this man does take the meaning of. Now, there's something else I need to explain to you over here, but as we get down, I'll explain to you later on. But what you're gonna find here is that basically, you know, in the Arabic language, you know, this kalimatu shart lesson. It follows istifham lesson, kalimatul istifham, words of questioning, and then it follows another lesson called kalimatul zuruf or asma'ul zuruf, nouns of zarf. Is this clear?
Yeah.
All these lessons are interconnected in the sense that sometimes one word is used in other lessons as well. You understand?
Yeah.
Like for example, you got man here, right?
Yeah.
Man is a noun which is used the shart, and it can be used as istifham as well. You get the idea?
Okay, yeah.
Right, good. But remember something about man in the Arabic language. Man is a khabar in Arabic. What is it?
Khabar.
Or a maf'ul bihi. What is it?
Maf'ul bihi.
This always becomes a maf'ul, okay? Like, for example, if I said to you, man means whoever or who. Like, so for example, let me give you an example. I'll say to you, Zaid struck who, for example.
Yeah.
Normally you say, who did Zaid strike, isn't it?
Yeah.
But whoever is the opposite end of who or the other end of who, he's the one that Zaid struck. Do you get it? Or if I said to you, Zaid is who is your khabar, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
We always bring this before. Why? Because it's a word that needs to be brought at the beginning, so it becomes khabari muqaddam. Is that clear?
Okay.
We understood this?
Yeah.
And even if it comes at the beginning in a jumla fi'liya session, in a jumla fi'liya sentence, you will find it's becoming maf'ul bihi muqaddam. You understood this?
Yeah.
Good. So now, man is an ism shart here. What is it?
Ism shart.
Look at the tarkeeb now. Man is an ism shart. And it's mansoob mahallan because it becomes maf'ul bihi muqaddam. What does it become?
Maf'ul bihi muqaddam.
Right. So now your ism shart is becoming maf'ul bihi muqaddam. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, yajtahidu. This was yajtahidu, became yajtahid. Okay. Yajtahidu becomes why muzakkar ghaib fil mudari maruf majzoom. Yes.
Yep.
And has a huwa the media side, which is the file. Yes.
Okay.
Fi'l plus the file plus over here what? Your maf'ul bihi muqaddam all becomes jumla fi'liya, and all of it this time is called shart. Is that clear?
Okay.
Now even your kalimatu shart is falling in the shart now. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now your kalimatu shart is not a separate shart with a shart and jaza. This time your kalimatu shart has fallen in your shart. Is that clear? So man yajtahid, man maful bihi muqaddam, shart kalimatu shart, yajtahid, fail and file maful bihi muqaddam, all become shart. Yanjah becomes bab fatah yaftahu, fail, huwa dhamir file and file jumla fi'liya, and what does it become, Sarah? Jaza. Have you understood this?
Okay.
Your shart and your jaza will join together and become jumla shartiya. Understood?
G.
Good. Whoever exerts himself will succeed. Again, man is a kalimatu shart jazima, so the mudari's in the shart and in the jaza, provided there's none of the above things on there, they will become majzoom. Has that been the case?
G.
Good. The next one is ma. Ma, Sarah, again is a noun in Arabic. What is it?
A noun.
And you will find that this means what or whatever. Is this clear?
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about this is again a noun. Ma is a noun, and you'll find it as it's a noun which sometimes is a shart, meaning it's a noun which is a shart, but also you'll find it in your istifham lesson as well. Yes?
Yeah.
Don't we have it in istifham, like maza taf'al? What are you doing, for example?
Yep.
Okay. So it's both. And again, this works like a khabar muqaddam or a maful bihi. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Like you are doing what? Okay. Yes?
G.
Or what is your name? Your name is what? So these are basically khabars or maful bihis in Arabic. But if in the khabar section it will come as a beginning, khabar muqaddam, and in a maful bihi, you'll see if it comes at the beginning, it's going to be maful bihi muqaddam. Is this clear?
Yep.
Okay. Meaning, what I'm trying to say here is that if you see it like in the beginning here, we're going to not forget to make it maful bihi muqaddam because it's a maful bihi essentially. Is that clear? The action is passing on to that what. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the example is ma tazra tahsidhu. So here as a shart will be translated as whatever. So ma tazra, whatever you sow, from the word zara'a, to sow, like crop sowing. Okay. Tahsidhu, meaning tahsiduhu, yes, to reap. Hasada, to reap. You are reaping it. So ma tazara, whatever you sow, tahsidhu, you will reap it. Is this clear?
G.
So ma, again, Sarah, is an ism shart. Okay, it's mansoob mahallan because it's maful bihi, muqaddam. Understood?
Yep.
Tazra will be fi'l majzoom here, and the file. Okay, tazra, zara, yazra'u, bab fatah yaftahu. Fi'l, file, and the maful bihi muqaddam all joins together and becomes shart. Okay.
Yeah.
Tahsidhu is tahsidhu is fail. Anta damir file, hu maful bihi, fail file maful bihi, jumla fi'liya, jaza. Okay. This is ghaliban daraba yadribu. Hasada yahsidu. Okay. This becomes jaza. Shart and jaza jumla
Jumla shartiya.
shartiya. Okay. What is a jumla shartiya, just for your knowledge sake, which you're going to do it in a little while anyway? A jumla shartiya is basically a sentence that begins with the conditional word. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So any sentence that begins with the conditional word will become a jumla shartiya. Have you understood this?
G.
Now, next one. Ayyun. What's the next one?
Ayu.
Okay. So in ayyun in the Arabic language, this is interestingly a noun again. What is it?
A noun. So,
Okay. Also, what's interesting about ayyun as well is that this is also mu'arab as well. What is it?
okay. Murab.
Yeah. The rest are not.
Okay.
The rest are not. No, none of them are. Apart from this one, the rest are all mabni. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this a, okay, is you're going to find ayya becoming a maf'ul bihi as well. Ayya means whichever. Is this clear?
जी
Again, if I said to you, you are reciting you are reciting a book which a, is that clear?
जी
Again, can you see that the which is becoming a maf'ul bihi muqaddam?
yeah
Because whatever's at the end of your which is becoming your maf'ul bihi, isn't it?
जी
Yes. So if I say I'm reading Moby Dick, or I'm reading Matilda, or I'm reading this book, right? For example, that Matilda, that Moby Dick, or Charles Dickens book, or whichever book, that's becoming your maf'ul bihi, isn't it?
yeah it is
Right. So even if it comes at the beginning, because obviously you find it at the beginning, then at the end, right? Even in English. So you're gonna see it's becoming a maf'ul bihi in a jumla fi'liya kind of sentence. And if there was a sentence with a, for example, you'll find it as a maf'ul bihi in a sentence, right? Meaning it's gonna have the khabar or the maf'ul bihi meaning. Is this clear?
जी
Right. So that's point number 1 to keep in mind. Okay. Point number 2 is that it's mu'rab. Yeah. And
yep
okay, so let's have a look at this now. Okay, look at this sentence now. Ayya is the ism shart. What is it?
اسم شرط
Another thing about this, you'll find it always as mudaf as well.
okay
You'll always find it coming as mudaf. Okay, are you in a rush to finish class?
I think maybe till 10 past or quarter past
Okay, ठीक है.
o'clock.
All right. So ayya kitabin taqra akra. Okay, so ayya becomes ism shart mudaf. Okay,
जी
kitabin becomes mudaf ilayh. Mudaf and mudaf ilay will join together and become maf'ul bihi muqaddam. Is that clear?
okay
That's why it's ayya. That's why it's ayya kitabin.
okay
Right? Taqra was originally taqra'u, fi'l, and tadmir file. Okay? Fi'l, file, maf'ul bihi muqaddam, jumla fi'liya, shart. Have you understood this?
ما في لي شرط okay
Yeah. So your ayya, which was your ism shart, is fall into your shart as well.
जी जी
Whichever book you recite, Aqra, I will recite.
okay
Aqra'u was originally Aqra'u. So it becomes fail, and the ana damir becomes the file. This becomes the jaza. Shart and jaza, jumla, shartiya. Have you understood this?
okay जी
Sure?
yeah 100%
All right, good. The next one is mata, whenever. What is it?
متى
Whenever. Now, you're going to learn in 2 lessons time, inshallah, or 3 lessons time,
yep.
that there's something called asma'u zuruf. What are they?
أسماء الظروف
Nouns which indicate time or place. Okay, now you're probably getting confused thinking 1 minute, we've already done zuruf, ism zarf in
Yeah.
sarf, right? These
Yeah.
are different. Okay,
okay
I'll actually tell you how they're different already. The reason why these asma zuruf are different to those asma zuruf is, you know, the ism zarf in sarf that you've done, madribun.
जी
Madribun, or the ism zarf in sarf on the scale of maf'alun, okay, or on the scale of ism maf'ul in sulasi mazid, or mujarrad, or mazid, or rubai mazid, or mujarrad, is a noun which indicates the time or place of a specific action. Yes or
जी
no?
yeah it is
Because look at the specific action, it's the action of darb. Does that make sense?
yeah
These asma zuruf which are coming in your book in 2-3 lessons time are those actions in the Arabic language, okay? Sorry, are those nouns which indicate the time or the place of no specific action. Do you get that?
okay
Is no specific verb, like the word yawmun. What's the word?
يوم
Does yawm indicate the... Or let me give you another example. Let's give another example. The word is tahtu. What's the word?
تحته
Beneath. Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Now, tahtu, okay? Or let me give you a better example. From your zuruf lesson, let's go to the zuruf. Let's say, okay, the word aina. What's the word?
Aina.
Aina is a zarf, for example. Where are you going? So is it indicating a place?
Yep.
But is this where indicating a place of a specific verb, or can it be open to any verb?
No, it's not specific.
Yes. Where are you going? Where are you striking? Where are you walking? Where are you sleeping? It can be any verb. Does that make sense?
G.
So that's the difference between these two zuruf. Have you understood this?
Yep.
So the zarf lesson is coming later on. But what you're gonna find is that can you see this word mata in the here in your shirt?
Yeah.
Mata is a noun. What is it?
It's a noun.
This noun is a ism zarf. What is it?
Ism zarf.
Being used as a shart here. Is that clear?
G.
This ism zarf can be used as a shart. You understand this?
G.
So mata means whenever, isn't it? So
G.
is it indicating time?
It's indicating time, yeah.
It's a zarf, isn't it?
Yep.
But this zarf is being used as a shart here. You understand this?
Okay.
So look, so you're gonna find this. You're gonna find the zuruf being used as sharts as well. Is this clear?
G.
Interesting, you're gonna find zuruf being used as istifham questions as well. Is that clear?
Yeah.
We'll come to that later though. Okay. So look at the example, mata tusafir usafir. Whenever you travel, I will travel. Okay. So how do you do the tarkeeb of this? Mata is ism shart. What is it?
Ism shart.
Mansub mahallan maf'ul fihi. What does it become?
مفعول فيه.
Muqaddam. Because remember, what does zarf become? Maf'ul fihi.
يكون مفعول فيه.
Good. Maf'ul fihi. Tusafir was already tusafiru. So tusafir fail. Anta damir file. Okay. Plus the maf'ul fihi muqaddam. All joined together become jumla failiya and shart. Have you understood this?
G.
Usafir, usafiru. Fail and file. Jumla failiya jaza.
انتظار.
Shart and jaza jumla sharti.
شرطية.
Alhamdulillah. You understanding this?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is mahma. Mahma means whatever. What does it mean?
Whatever.
Interestingly, mahma is also a zarf. What is it in Arabic? Ism zarf. Yes?
Yep.
Now, this ism zarf is what then? This is going to be ism zarf maf'ul fihi muqaddam. Okay, so mahma tukhfi min khaliqatin tu'lam. Whatever habit you conceal will become known. Okay?
G.
So mahma is ism shart here, but is maf'ul fihi muqaddam. Understood?
Yep.
تخفي. Sarah, what's the of تخفي?
تخفي is واحد مذكر حاذف الأمر هذا المعروف.
No. واي مذكر مخاطب فعل مضارع معروف مجزوم.
Oh, مجزوم.
The word is, what was it originally?
تخفي.
تخفي. Okay. So it's becoming majzoom because of the kalimatu shart. Okay. It's not amr. Have you understood this? Have you understood this?
What did I say? Did I say أمر هذا المعروف?
Yeah, fil amr haz maruf. Okay.
Oh,
So this is becoming tukhfi, becomes tukhfi, because in the shart and jaza, if kalimatu shart of jazima comes, the shart and jaza will happen. They'll become majzoom, isn't it? So this becomes tukhfi, okay? So this is what bab is this tukhfi? Bab?
ضرب يضرب.
Nope. Tukhfi. If it was ضرب يضرب, what's up to the kasra? The dhamma in the ta.
Oh, إفعال.
Bab ifal. Akhfa yukhfi. Tukhfi. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So that's fail. There's a file which is the anta the mean inside it. Min khaliqatin jar majrur zarf lahu mutaalliq to tukhfi.
Yeah.
Tukhfi fail anta the mere file plus the maf'ul fihi muqaddam mahma plus the jar majrur muta'alliq all becomes jumla fi'liya. Okay.
جملة فعلية and شرط.
And then shart. تعلم becomes what? Fail.
فاعل. جملة فعلية جزاء.
Not file, Sarah. تعلم will become known.
Oh, it will become. Okay.
It has a what inside it? Anta damir, isn't it?
Yeah, أنت تميل.
What's the anta damir?
مفعول به. No. Is it? Yeah.
Naibul file. Naibul file.
Because it's مجهول.
Yeah. It is a maful bihi per se, but it's becoming naib file, right?
Naib file, G.
Maful ma lam yusammi filuhu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that becomes fail and naibul file becomes jumla fi'liya, jaza, shart and jaza, jumla shartiya. Understood that?
جملة شرطية, yeah.
The next one is anna. Anna. Anna is what? Is an ism shart here and is a zarf. What is it?
This is
So I should go the other way around. Anna is a zarf, ism zarf in Arabic, and is also used for shart. What's it also used for?
shart.
Shart. So let's have a look at this example. What's the example? Anna yazhabil alimu yukram. Okay. Anna yazhab al alimu yukram. Okay. Wherever, and it means wherever. Wherever the scholar goes, he will be honored. Is this clear?
G.
So can you see the shart and jaza meaning that's being in there? A
Yeah.
condition and consequence of condition, right? Wherever he goes, he's respected. So it's a shart and jaza, okay? So look at this example. Anna yazhab al-alimu yukram. So what's anna gonna be? Ism shart and maful. Because it's a zarf, what has become maful fihi muqaddam. Have you understood this?
Yep.
Yazhab becomes fail. Al-alimu fa'il. And this fail is majzoom because of the mudari coming in the shart, okay?
G.
Because the kalimatul jazima. Right. Fail file maful fi becomes jumla fi'liya and
Shart.
yukram.
Yukram is
Fail.
fail and naib file and tajza.
Jumla shartiya. Understood?
G.
Very good. The next one is aina. What's the next one?
Aina.
Okay. Sarah, aina is also a ism zarf in Arabic. What is it?
Ism zarf.
Okay. But it also comes in the meaning of shart. Have you understood this?
Okay.
So therefore, aina here is a kalimatu shart. Or is a zarf in the meaning of kalimatu shart. Okay. And what happens over here? This becomes maful fihi muqaddam. Aina tazhab ashabka. What does this mean? Aina tazhabu ashabuka. I will accompany you. Wherever you go, I will accompany you. Yes?
G.
So tazhab becomes fail and file. Yes? Maful fihi muqaddam aina. Jumla fi'liya shart. Ashabuka, Sarah?
Ashabuka is fail and then I will be with you. Fail and file because of the ana damir mustatar and the ka is the maf'ul bihi. And then fail file maf'ul bihi is jumla fi'liya and jaza.
Very good. Jumla?
Jumla
Shartiya.
fi'liya and jaza and jumla shartiya.
Shartiya. Okay, Sarah, the next one is ainama. Ainama is wherever. Ainama is the same as aina, it's just got a ma added to it. Is this clear?
Okay.
Got the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, it's a maful fi. What is it?
Yeah, maf'ul bihi. Is it the same as anna? Wherever.
It's the same as aina.
Okay.
Aina and ainama. Got the
Okay.
idea? It's a zarf which is giving the meaning of maful fi. Have you understood this?
G.
Okay, and now let me have a look at this sentence in the Quran, this ayat of the Quran. The tarkib will, I'll have a check of this later on, but the tarkib would be aynama takunu yudrikkumul maut. This would be aynama would be maful fihi, kalimatu shart maful fihi, muqaddam. Takunu would be fail and file. Yes? Because remember, kana yakunu is a fail nakis, isn't it? Sometimes it can be a fail tam.
Yeah, it can.
This is an example as a fail tam because Sarah, if this was a fail nakis here, would there be a khabar needed?
Yeah, we would need
You
a
see any
khabar.
khabar here?
No.
Exactly. So this becomes fail and file. Exactly. Fail file, maful fi, jumla fi'liya, shart, Yudriku, sorry, yudrikkumul maut. Yudrik here is majzoom because of that. Aynama. You understood this?
Okay.
So yudrik, fail, kum, maful bihi, al mautu, file. Fail, file, maful bihi, jumla failiya, jaza, jumla shartiya. Understood this?
G.
The next one is haythuma, Sarah. Haythuma in Arabic, Sarah, is a ism zarf as well. You see how many ism zarfs there are being used as sharts? There's a lot. Okay, you got to remember these. Okay, the next one is haythuma. Haythuma means wherever, and it's also a ism zarf, and it's going to be used as kalimatu shart. Okay, so the example is aynama haythuma. Haythuma yanzil matarun yanmiz zar'u. Okay, wherever rain descends, crop yield will increase, or the crop yield will increase there. Okay, so haythuma, Sarah, here is an ism shart and it's maful fihi. What is it?
مفعول فيه.
Carry on then. Yanzil.
ينزل is fail and
Mataran.
مطر is the file.
Yeah, daraba yadribu yanzil, right? And it's majzoom here because of the haythuma. Okay, so just keep them things in mind as you go along. Okay.
Yeah.
So this becomes
حيثما
yanzil.
ينزل مطر is فعل فاعل مفعول فيه.
Jumla
That's
fi'liya.
yeah جملة فعلية and shart.
Yanme. What's the siga of yanme?
ينمي is واحد مذكر غائب في المضارع معروف.
Majzoom.
مجزوم.
What was it originally?
ينمو.
Yanmu.
Because it says ينمو here. ينمو.
They say yanmu.
Yeah, it says ينمو.
Let me check it 1 second.
Then I can only guess that I had a wow there before. I don't know.
I'll tell you what it is. 1 second. I think it might be a typing error. The is. No. Oh yeah, sorry. Is. Okay. It's both, Sarah. What is it?
Both ينمو and
You got nama wa from nama, and you have nama ya from nama. Both of them are fine.
Okay.
So it can be yanmu or yanme. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So in your case, it's yanmu in your book. So it's from it's got a wow which is dropped. Yeah. So from yanmu, and if it was from a ya, nama yanmi from nama ya yanmi, then it will become yanme. Have you understood this?
ينمي. Okay.
So both of them are fine.
Okay.
Yanme is fail majzoom. Zar'u is
مجزوم. زرع is the file.
fail and file jumla failiyah and
فعلية and the shart.
very good, mashallah. Okay. The next one is isma. What's the next one?
اسمع.
Okay, Sarah, you know with isma, yeah?
Yep.
I found a difference of opinion. Okay.
Okay.
I found some books saying it's a harf. I found other books saying it's a ism. Have you understood this?
G.
However, because ism shart, because this is also a zarf in Arabic, okay?
Yep.
I'm going to lean towards the fact that it's an ism. Okay?
G.
Because the ism zarf lessons coming ahead, they are all asma. What are they?
All asma.
So zuruf are asma. What are they?
Asma.
And therefore, because isma is also a zarf, therefore it's going to be a ism. Have you understood this?
Ism, yeah.
However, there are other books that I found where it mentions it as a harf. What do they mention it as?
Harf.
It's fine. Have you understood this?
Okay.
But because I want to make this into a maful fihi, therefore I'm going to make it as an ism here, okay? But keep that difference in your mind. When we come later on to the later books, inshallah, we'll do tahqiq on it in more detail, okay?
Yeah.
Right. So isma, Sarah, is go on ism shart maful fihi muqaddam, yeah?
Yeah, مفعول فيه.
Isma taqra akra. Go on easy. Taqra fail file. Fail file maful fihi.
مفعول به is the shart, and then akra is fail and file, and that's the jaza.
Yeah. That's the
Jaza.
right. Jaza. Shart and jaza jumla.
Shartiya.
Shartiya. Okay. The next one is ayyana, Sarah.
Ayana.
Ayyana means whenever. Ayyana is an ism zarf as well. What is it?
Ism zarf.
Now, Sarah, ayyana is sometimes used as a shart as well. We understood that. Have we understood this?
G.
So here you got to put the sometimes in the underlining, okay?
Okay.
Because this is why if you go to some other books, like Nahv Mir won't mention Ayyana. But it can come as a shart as well. Okay? Probably a lot rarer than the other ones.
G.
Which is why they're not mentioned in some of the books. Okay?
Okay.
So Ayyana is, by the way, this is probably the hardest lesson in the whole book.
Okay.
All of Imdad al-Nahv, this is probably the hardest lesson. Okay? But you're probably thinking, why is it really hard? I'm making it easy. You don't know how much preparation it takes to just get all these tarakib. Okay? So sometimes when people do this lesson, what do? They say, in tadribhu adribka in harf kalimatu shart tadribhu shart jaza. Man yajtahid yanja. Man is kalimatu shart yajtahid shart yanja jaza. Ma tazra tahsidhu ma kalimatu shart jaza. Ayya kitabin shart takra shart jaza. Like this. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
But you see that all the tarakib are different.
Okay.
It's not as easy as that.
G.
Okay. So Ayyana Sara here sometimes uses shart. So here we're going to make this a ism zarf, which is used as a kalimatu shart here, and it becomes maful fihi. Tunadi will be what?
Where are we? Tunati is fail and file.
Yeah.
And then that's Ayana fail file maf'ul. Maf'ul fihi is shart, and then Ujibka is fail file and maf'ul bihi. And that's jaza.
Yeah. Ujibka. So over here, Sara, tunadi was originally what?
Tunati is tunati.
And what was ujib originally?
Ujib, isn't it jawaba?
From Jawaba, yeah?
Jawaba.
So what was it originally? What was it?
Ujiba? Ujibka? Maybe.
Not ujiba. Uji.
Ujibba.
Look, sorry, the word is ujibka. Ujib. What was ujib originally?
Jib is jawaba.
From Jawaba, so tell me what it was.
Jiba? Or is that the
No, I'm saying the word ujib, take
Yeah.
it back one step. What was it?
Ujiba? I think no.
No, why are you saying ujiba? Why is it
Oh,
ba?
Ujibu. Ujibu.
Okay, so the word was ujibu originally. What was it?
Ujibu.
Ujibu. What was the word?
Ujibu.
That's step 2. There's a step 1 before that. What was ujibu before that?
I'm not sure.
So the word was jawaba, wasn't it?
Yeah, jawaba.
Right. So what happens to jawaba?
It's mithal. So
What bab is this first one?
daraba yadrib.
Are you sure? Ujib. The bab will help you. Because Sarah, the babs are patterns, aren't they?
Yeah.
So when you put the bab onto the pattern, when you use the bab, you'll get the pattern. Then you can work backwards, what rules are happening. So first tell me what bab is. Ujibka. So this is bab if'al. What is it?
Bab ifal, okay.
Bab if'al, okay. So now you're saying is jawaba. So now ajwaba, yujwibu, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the mutakallim? Why mutakallim?
Ajwaba yujwibu.
Yujwibu, so make the mutakallim of it. Yujwibu.
Yujwibu, ujwibu.
Ujwibu. Good. Ujwibu. Right. Now tell me the rule. Ujwibu.
Wow, which is mutaharrik, mithal wawi, and then the markable is sakin.
What do you do?
Yeah, you transfer the haraka to the
markable, and then what happens?
You drop
it becomes ujubu. What does it become?
Ujubu.
Then the harf illat, if it's a waw, it'll change to a ya.
Yeah.
What does it become? Ujibu. You understood this?
Yeah.
Now make it majzoom. It becomes ujib.
Yeah.
You get the idea now?
Yep.
Very good. Okay. Ujibka. So ujibuka, ujwibuka, ujibuka, ujibka. Understood?
Yeah.
And all of this happened because of ayana, jazima, right?
Yep.
So ujib is fail, ana damir file, ka is maful bihi, fail file maful bi jumla failiya, jaza, shartan jaza jumla shartiya. Have you understood this?
Yep.
And kayfa ma needs a little bit of explanation. I'll explain that to you inshallah because it's 25 past now. I'll explain that to you tomorrow inshallah. Okay?
Yeah.
Any questions on this?
No. That's it for me. No
Fine.
questions.
So just have a look at this. What I would suggest you do probably as well is is to actually read ahead, please. Okay.
Okay.
So at least read the lesson once till the end for tomorrow, because that will give you a bit of familiarity with the lesson and it'll make my life a little bit easier as well. Okay. Okay. Inshallah. Okay. There was a question you asked me as well about some awrad, was it not? What was the awrad for? That you asked me.
Oh, yeah. For the beginning of independent study, so revision.
For revision.
Yeah. So like when I'm going over my notes, something that will help the revision just stick
Okay,
off.
I will give you a wazifa, inshallah.
Okay.
For you know, barakah in your ilm,
Okay.
and to increase your knowledge. Okay, but I'll give you one wazifa that you should generally read every day. It'll be very beneficial for you. Yeah? You should recite. Try to recite on a daily basis. Okay, Qasida Ghawsiya.
Okay.
Have you heard of Qasida Ghawsiya?
GG.
Yeah, so Qasida Ghawsiya Sharif is the 28 verses that Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu anhu wrote, okay, about tasawwuf, yeah?
Yep. Yeah.
And it's actually mentioned that this Qasida was uttered or spoken from Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu anhu while he was in a state of wajd, okay? And that's the state that he wrote this in. And it's very beloved wird and litany, which is recited in the Qadri silsila, but in all silsilas, okay? Everybody recites it. And every verse is a source of blessing, spiritual upliftment that you can gain. And people read each verse as a wazifa. Some people read it as a wazifa on a daily basis. Now, the Qasida Ghawsiya itself, though, there's many differences of opinion about what the number of verses are. But Sayyidi Ala Hazrat Rahmatullah Alayhi says that there's 28 verses in total. Okay, I'll send you a picture of them. Okay, 28 verses. Okay. So there's definitely a great impact, even a spiritual impact in terms of your heart and your soul when you're reciting these. Okay. So what I would request you to do is on a daily basis, because it takes 5 minutes to read. Okay, read this because ulama mentions amongst the blessings of this. Okay, you're asking for revision, right?
Yeah.
So with revision, when you revise something, you want ease of memory, don't you? Memorize something easily. Okay, so the ulama mention that from the barakat of Qasida Ghawsiya is that it increases a person's power of memory. That's number one. Okay. Another amazing barakah of Qasida Ghawsiya Sharif is that if a student of Arabic language recites Qasida Ghawsiya Sharif, he'll be blessed with mastery over the Arabic language. Okay, there's a barakah of this Qasida Ghawsiya Sharif, and there's many other barakat of reciting Qasida Ghawsiya Sharif as well. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now, okay, so this is something to keep in mind, inshallah. As well. So I let you recite this, inshallah. Okay.
Yeah.
on a daily basis. So at least start with reciting it once, okay? So
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of this, and sometime in the day, take some time out and read it. You'll find a lot of spiritual blessings in your life,
Yep. Inshallah.
and
Okay.
also with your studies as well. So with regards
Yeah.
to your memory, with regards to your Arabic language, there'll be a lot of barakah in that as well. And I'll give you a wazifa generally for increasing knowledge as well, inshallah.
Inshallah.
When I get time. Okay.
Okay.
ठीक है, inshallah, we'll leave it there for today. And